Welcome in, folks.
Back like we never left.
Like we never left.
Where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out and rain.
This is Unwelcome, your thoughts.
Hold on,
This
wait,
is
they lost the script. We got some shooters. It's
Off the hip.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out there, rain a big smile. Long handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.
Bow. Chat. We are here for the weekly dissection of WWE Smackdown.
You heard the man.
Yes, it is February 8th now. And we are covering the
Family
February
and the neighbors, with the neighbor's dog, get their second cousin. Pull up. We here.
We are here. We are welcoming everybody in, giving y'all time to settle into the seats before we disrupt the arena.
That's understandable what I gotta say tonight.
I can't wait. Oh, wait. With no further ado, chat, let's get things going. Let's get things rocking. You see it on the screen. Elimination Chamber qualifying matches are taking place tonight. We are gearing up. Let's take this off the screen for a second, baby. Ooh. How we feeling today, baby? My boy Razor, man, the tribal commentator himself.
Yes, sir. The tribal commentator, Razor, is back again. And I must say, I love you.
Oh my. Wow. We starting there. We getting right in. Let's I think it's mandatory.
No, we don't want to get there. I'm just saying, just say, cause I gotta get the diaphragm going. You know, you feel me?
Oh baby.
But
I'm about to say, who am I to fuck tradition up? We usually pick up where they left off. You know what I'm saying?
And man, oh man, no offense to Joe Hendry, but we've been saying his name for weeks. Since January 6th, we've been calling for this man's name, and he has finally appeared. Yes,
Wow.
sir. Yes, sir. Oh man, and what a return!
Why, Solo? Why? Why now,
Exactly.
Solo?
For those of y'all that have not quite seen the show yet, we have a spoiler. Tough shit. You should have watched it when we watched it. But the street champion, the self-proclaimed tribal chief, but he is not the OTC. Let's not forget. Solo Sikoa has returned.
Man.
With an emphatic statement. Probably
good on y'all,
the most
WWE.
intense. Well, let's be honest. That was probably the most intense Samoan spot we've seen since Umaga.
Bro, he came through to make a statement today.
Shoot to kill.
Yes.
But
reckless intent.
But I would be remiss if we didn't go down this path right now. Let's not forget something that was bestowed upon him from the OTC, Roman Reigns. Losses have consequences. You lost Ulafala to our OTC on Raw 30 days ago, or a month ago, essentially. We ain't seen you since. You lost your right to call yourself the tribal chief. You lost the privilege of you calling yourself the self-proclaimed tribal chief. Now, is you going to answer to the werewolf? You going to answer to the OTC and acknowledge him? Or is there a final boss that has let you from the shackles to wreak havoc upon SmackDown?
Wait. Now, I think it's a very interesting scenario because they kind of rocked us to sleep. Like, the Royal Rumble just happened on Sunday. We just got the Monday after Raw. I mean, the Monday Night Raw after the Rumble happening on Saturday, this past Monday, basically planting the seeds for what's to come. I think tonight kind of shook things up in the men's division in terms of the heavyweight WrestleMania main event title picture scene. That's a whole lot I just said. Wow.
Now I know a lot of folks are going, Cody already beat Solo, blah, 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 blah. Who the fuck said he's going for that belt? Like I said, there's 3 men he's got to answer to before he even thinks about Cody Rhodes. 4 if you count main event Jey Uso. But Jay ain't, or Solo ain't the only man that Jay got to step up to right now.
Mm.
Which leads us to the beginning. We saw Cody Rhodes cut the usual stuff. We saw Jay get some more emphatic love. And if I'm not mistaken, the crowd had to hear the song get run back again.
Oh yeah.
Again, the man is loved, genuinely loved. There's no denying that.
How'd you feel about the shirt? I ain't gonna lie, like every week's a new shirt. I like it. I no complaints. I just wanted to get your thoughts on how it looked. I thought it looked phenomenal. The shirt. I'm a fan of that navy blue with the,
From what
it
I've
felt,
now, I don't know if I've seen leaks or not, but again, more colorways may be coming very soon.
yeah, it felt very patriotic, very,
He's getting. Like I said, he's getting the John Cena treatment. He's getting the color spectrum.
yeah.
Don't tell the Rock, or Rock gonna bring back the Fruity Pebbles joke again.
And it felt a little symbolic in a way in terms of like, out of all colors he could be wearing, he kind of wearing the same colors as Cody.
Now, no, here's my question. I thought it was orange.
The well, I don't, whatever's that WrestleMania color, I guess that's what they was setting
I
for.
I I don't know if it
I
was
thought,
red or orange the way it looked, but still,
yeah,
very good design.
man. And that is a good point because last
Let
week on Monday Night Raw, he came out with the orange backstage. He might have had a red shirt on.
mhm.
We don't know
now,
what's going on, but he got
now
a lot of merch.
let me pose this question to the masses real quick because it's been sitting in my mind all week. It shouldn't, but it has. Which title do we prefer, Yeet Mania or WrestleMania Yeet?
Geek Mania.
Mm, I'm kind of on the other side because again, that's again that's like a Vince thing. We gotta like Mania's gotta be the end point or whatever. I feel the Yeet at the end of the WrestleMania part, or whatever, where WrestleMania, yeah, I felt that had more of a better vibe to it. But again, I'll be in the minority. I'm cool with that.
I could be wrong with it too. I say Yeedu Mania. I threw the extra Edu in there like it was the Beatles or something.
I've seen that one too,
Yeah,
and I was
like
like, I don't know. Mania Yeet kind of has like a better flow to me, or I don't know. I've been hit in the head a few times, so again, I may be the wrong person to ask.
I'm gonna be honest. Anytime they incorporated the Yeet stuff with the PLE theme and kind of like the Yeet in the bank and all of that stuff or whatever they was doing with that,
hmm
I was like, I'm cool with him yeeting, but we ain't gotta include
Yeah,
it in everything.
yeah. That one's cute and all, but this is WrestleMania we're talking about.
Yeah,
But
that's
like,
all.
again, this the true litmus test for main event Jey Uso, or now as he's being called WrestleMania main event Jey Uso.
Mm,
But again, time will tell. But again, I'm okay with any of the names. It's just let's stick to one. Whichever one y'all are gonna promote, let's strap the rocket to them.
yeah, WrestleMania event Jey Uso, man. Like, you know what I mean? I could dig it. I think, to be honest too, I really, after seeing and being reminded that there's so much story with Cody and Jay. Yeah, sure, he lost to Gunther whatever amount of times, and he could go back and challenge. But that's just a competitive storyline they got going on. That's just like wins and losses. I think the stuff with Cody, Jay, people might not, it might not be the most popular. I've seen some tweets today, like, shout out to Solomon, he wasn't happy seeing Solo and be involved with Cody again. Like, he's like, oh, again with this shit. So
But
we
again,
got to just see where it goes. But it does kind of feel like seeing tonight, it's hard to ignore the fact that Cody might be involved in some bloodline shenanigans come Mania.
just when I think I'm out, they pulled me back in.
Yep. So it's
But
gonna be very interesting to see what on that time.
what got very interesting as Cody and Jay are breaking bread in that ring, we're soon to hear, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, that Jacob
Business
double
picked up.
down. Yo, man, Jacob doubling down on his year was just
And
diabolical to
again,
me.
like I told you before we went on the air, This episode had Black Air Force energy, and Jacob's promo was the definition of Black Air Force energy. Looks at Cody dead in the eye, man to man. You took that from our family. Our family wants it back. Which leads me to you, Jey Uso, big cousin. What's happening, Mr. 25 Royal Rumble winner? Ain't no way in hell you won that championship over me.
He was spitting. I'm not gonna lie to you. Cause it's the realism in his voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like when, you know what I'm saying? Like who else can go out there and call somebody cousin that's not really fam? Like it just it hits so much.
This is his legitimate blood right here.
Yeah, so it just hits different on so many levels when you hear him cut those kind of promos right there.
And let's talk about Jay just soaking that like you got your family walking you down, talking like you some like stray dog. His emotion, he was wearing his emotions, and he's a very passionate individual, and he was definitely displaying it.
Cause Jacob hit that line, and once he hit
Mm-hmm.
that line, there was no talking.
And again, this goes back to the whole family stuff because he didn't strike Jacob first. Nah, he just snaked Tama.
Yep. Because
Like,
again,
like
those
in
are
his
the
mind, he's looking like,
outsiders.
I want to pull the trigger, but I can't because you my blood, you my
Yeah.
family.
Those are the distant. Those are like family, friend, relatives, so to say.
Tama's
Distant
like, it's
relatives.
like technically like the third cousin.
Yeah. Nah, for real. So,
Like
and that's the
him
story.
I can get, but you like we supposed to be like this. Like, come on, how you gonna do this to me?
Hmm. They share the same damn name.
From the same branch on the family tree.
So I love that story that they tell him right there. Also, he says to Jey Uso, you know, somebody got to. I'm gonna just paraphrase. I don't remember exact, but somebody got to bring home that title, and it ain't gonna be you.
Someone got to bring it back to the family. And like I said after Royal Rumble, as early as SummerSlam, as man above is my witness, the werewolf will have gold around his waist.
Mm.
Who gonna stop him?
I mean, I thought it was interesting what Damian Priest had to say later on in the evening. If we could just jump around for a second.
Hey, you know how we go. In
Yeah,
the words of the legendary Conan, we are very anti-formulaic. What
there
a
we go.
word
I
for a
love it.
Latino. Shout out to K Dog.
Big K Dog, man. Y'all gotta go tap in, man. But that's a watch right there. Keeping it 100 with Conan, man. Go tap
Conan
in,
and
Shameless.
Disco. Let's not
Yup.
forget. You don't want to get put on that list. You'll never get off.
Oh yeah, Disco. Come on, no heat for me, man. No heat
No,
for me, man.
we come in peace.
We come in peace, man. But seriously though, Damian Priest, he has a moment backstage where he's talking about advancing to the elimination chamber, and then here comes Braun Strowman. And the reason that again, jumping around, Damian Priest was asked about Drew McIntyre's results to that qualifier match that we'll speak about later on because there's a whole bunch of, I like how they continue in the story with Drew McIntyre too. So Damian Priest is backstage. Braun Strowman interrupts him, but Damian Priest tells him, I've walked out of WrestleMania as champion. You've walked out of WrestleMania as champion. Jacob Fatu one day will walk out of WrestleMania as champion.
Game recognized game.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Sometimes you just gotta step back and say, hey, facts is facts. That that motherfucker just different. Like again, you can recognize the it factor even with the naked eye. There's a reason why him and Roman haven't had a one on one yet. Could you imagine when him and John Cena have a one on one this year? Can you imagine when him and Randy tear down in a PLE somewhere across the world?
Man.
Imagine if we got a main event and it's Jacob Fatu versus Jey Uso. It's gonna happen. Hell, it
Oh
could
yeah.
even happen with Cody. What if Jacob goes to Raw and instead of Roman beating Gunther, Jacob beats Gunther?
That'd be wild.
Again, these are possibilities that could happen. There's stuff that we have to think about.
Hell,
And
there's even a
when
route.
that happened,
It could even happen this year. I mean, technically, like, let's just dive in real quick. Next week, we're gonna have a qualifying match, like I was just alluding to. It's gonna be Damian Priest, Braun Strowman, and Jacob
and the
Fatu.
motherfucking werewolf. That's in the words of JBL. Hide the women and children. This fight's gonna get ugly because
That's tough right
it's
there.
gonna be a fight. It's gonna be an old fashioned bar fight, and I'm sure you and I see some damn good ones.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be one for the ages right
But
there.
also, real quick, how do you feel about the men's chamber matches being triple threats?
I just don't understand what's going on. Um, not all of the matches are triple threats.
No, the qualifiers, those are one on ones, but the men's, I
CM
this
Punk versus Sami Zayn, 1-on-1.
okay, the SmackDown ones are triple threats. Why is
That's
that?
the what are we doing here? I mean, like, I mean, you know what? At the same time, though, I'm kind of open for this no structured shit, right? Like, all right, I mean, fuck
It's
it.
because is it because we're trying to separate Raw from SmackDown?
I think not.
If so, I'll buy it.
Nah, I think honestly, I think they're putting a scenario elimination chamber with the biggest hitters, and they're avoiding putting in,
But but look,
mid.
we also had LA Knight, Drew McIntyre, and Jim Uso.
That's the interesting part because now when that match happened, let's talk about that. I was dissecting that right with my wifey, and I'm like, I like this match for many reasons because you could
I
either
love the stuff right before the match, and you know what I'm talking about.
the promo Jim and
No, LA Knight chiming in, talking about I got to get
oh
my shit in as a little petty fuck you to Drew
oh
McIntyre
yeah oh
because Drew
yeah
allegedly was hot at the stuff with him and Logan Paul.
yeah, which I thought was
And
this
LA,
again
oh,
a
you want to
great
talk with me?
way.
All right, bet.
That's why that match made sense to me. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, oh, they really again, and I said this to JD on Twitter, whether it's real heat that Drew McIntyre has with that spot in the Rumble, or he just took a second to do what Drew McIntyre does well and create something from it. Which look,
And that man he's a genius at that.
creating shit, I blurring the lines of, you
Just when
know
I think
what?
he's out of ideas, Drew, I salute you. This one's for you.
Man, talk about it. 'Cause it could be so simple as last year, him talking about, oh, they left me off of posters. And then that ends up playing into storyline.
The little shit he claps out on Twitter,
You feel me? Blurring the lines.
or even just the facial expression he makes when he hears either "Burn It Down," Cult of Personality, or sees Seth and Punk in person.
The man took a picture with Jack Perry.
Talk to him.
Like, he's doing phenomenal work as a heel, blurring the line. Like, there's people that go to work in the
Put
industry, and
some respect on his motherfucking name.
yeah, like, I don't know what he's allowed to do on Twitter, what's ran through, but whatever,
You gonna tell him no? I
he's
sure as hell
working.
wouldn't.
He's working.
No, this is what I would say, and I'm pretty sure Vince McMahon feels the same way. That fucker's drawing me money. Let him do whatever the hell he wants.
Even to the moment where he got to delete the picture, right? Delete that plays into everything. Like, it's like
It
blurring the lines. Oh, they like I did something that the company wasn't with, so I had to like. It's just like so much. And then so when he does go on, or there is reports of him being upset, we buy into it.
and you know who else is beautifully masterful at that? Kevin Owens.
Hmm.
You got one A and one B right there.
Social media geniuses right there. So I felt like that moment with the triple threat. Um, Again, like you said, yeah, you got Jim Uso, but we got a claim like he's like, yeah, my brother punched his ticket, so now, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna punch. Like, they're
It's my turn to
push
show what I can do.
slowly pushing him into that singles division. Like before, we used to see him he's still putting people over, but he split some matches here and there. He'll beat a Mello, lose this match, maybe win next week, right? Like,
And now you got him with two main eventers, one of them being a former world champion in Drew McIntyre.
right, bro. Like,
Now these two have danced before in the early Bloodline days, but still, it's different now.
different. So I thought, again, to answer your question about why is there triple threat, I don't know, but I'm okay for it because it's playing into heavy hitters. Like, I
They're
think
putting
Jim.
never making these make sense this time around, unlike the 500 we saw last year.
Exactly. And yes, Jim and Sammy, probably the type of people you might not want to see in the chamber match, but they didn't win the qualifying matches.
No, but here's the thing: what say Jimmy gets in, say Jacob gets in. Imagine them with Roman and Cena.
See, now I got an interesting take. I think
Lay it on me.
Damian Priest is going to win the qualifying match next week. Only because I don't want to buy too much into it, but these reports seem to be lining up of them playing into what happened at the Royal Rumble. The only piece of the puzzle that hasn't fell is the Damian Priest and Drew stuff. And them asking Damian Priest after the match what he thought about Drew was kind of telling to me like, oh, y'all might really push this. Have both of them in the chamber, and something might happen in the chamber between them there to further their WrestleMania match. If those reports stand true, that's the direction they wanted to go with them.
I mean, is that a match I want to say at Mania? Absolutely. Does it need the involvement of the chamber? I don't think so. I think you can afford Priest taking a L and Drew rubbing it in. So when say Drew's one of the first ones pinned in that chamber, Priest will just clap at him about that, and that's probably how we just set up the Mania match.
Now you
Just
see why I think also the other part of it was I think we might see either a chamber, not a elimination chamber match, but a match at the chamber between Jacob Fatu and Braun Strowman, maybe a part two. I feel like their stuff isn't really done either, to be
I
honest.
agree. I
So
agree.
it'd be interesting if they kind of let either Braun Strowman win or Jacob and separate that feud after they went crazy at main event.
But what if Braun wins?
I was thinking that, bro. Cause I
Just
was like,
hear me out.
I was thinking that. I
Hear
was
me out.
thinking that.
What if maybe Chamber, if not Mania, we're building towards Jacob versus Solo.
Because of what we seen tonight, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
We don't know what's going
that
on.
that could be a possibility.
Do we got any breaking news you haven't seen or heard anything like anything after SmackDown? Because
I haven't seen anything as far as any post match stuff.
like, from what I know, Solo interrupted in a match that Jacob's involved in.
Yeah,
So did he cost them the victory?
no, the
Was
match
that
is already over.
the match is already over? Okay, okay, all right. So he just like came up and
So,
attacked Cody with the spike, hoodied up. I'd like to see the aftermath, if any. I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled for that. But like, I think there's a lot of storylines right now, and SmackDown to me has been surprisingly good.
mhm.
I'm not gonna front like the as I want to say since they made the move to 3 hours. I've been like, wow, this is easier than when Raw was on USA and it was 3 hours.
And that's why I said I kind of don't want them to jump back to two when they plan on doing so. If I'm them, I may want to reconsider because they got into a hot streak to where the format's just right.
If the SmackDown.
And again, you ain't using the main heavy hitters, i.e., Roman and Rock or Cena. You're not even touching Randy yet, which mind boggles the hell out of me.
And I'll be honest, like when I'm looking at the matchups of w- the matchups that actually happened on SmackDown tonight, it's kind of like it looks a little bit all over the place, right? Like we spoke off the air, Carmelo Hayes versus Akira Tozawa. You randomly have Alexa Bliss versus
No,
Candice LeRae.
that was a chamber qualifier.
Yeah, but I feel like just over the weekend, people didn't know if she was gonna be on Raw or SmackDown.
And again, it was announced on Raw early in the week, and then it was quickly changed, and now she's gonna be on SmackDown.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, I'm all for it. I'm just saying, just the makeup of what you know, if you glance at the show, whoa, Alexa Bliss is on.
We also saw a pretty deadly catch up victory
Yes,
today.
I agree, Sauce. I agree. It was a good welcoming match, singles
So
match.
how do you feel about them renaming that finish? It's no longer Sister Abigail. It's just the Abigail
Abigail
DDT.
DDT. I wasn't a fan of that, but I guess
I
maybe he
thought it
got
was, I thought it was disgusting.
yeah, that name, it just sounds lazy.
Yeah, and this is one of those things where again, whether it's obvious or not, just there's nothing wrong with calling it Sister Abigail still.
Yeah, that shit. I mean, ah, it's just
Or
we got to see how they incorporate everything
yeah.
going forward.
Also, did you notice Lily got bigger?
Yeah, she tumbled over in the corner, can't even sit up right. I was like, oh dang, she getting
Lily
that
is half of
doll's
Alexa Bliss
healthy.
now.
Yeah, that doll's healthy now.
Lily on that Randy Orton diet. Lily been in the gym.
You know what that means, right? We're gonna take a line
Oh
from
God.
Fat Joe from last year, 2 years ago. Yesterday's price or today's price is not yesterday's price. You know what I'm saying? The price has went up. That's what the doll is telling me. It's not gonna be no cheap doll.
Or you'll get the small one, and then you'll get maybe they'll call it a life size one.
Man, I thought it
Oh,
was a
that
good. I thought it was a good match for her back. Maybe a perfect opponent. I felt like it was a more obvious situation because it's like, okay, I didn't really think Candice LeRae was gonna beat Alexa Bliss. Like, come on,
also
come on.
what I kind of enjoyed was her beating Cassandra slowly sets us up for Bliss versus Nia down the road. Because remember, they got history too.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was gonna talk about it. Let's get into the segment that took place before that, right?
I told you the Queen was going to pull up.
How do you feel? I'm not gonna lie. I love Charlotte Flair. I think this version of her, I gotta take some getting used to. But one thing she always does well to me is when she's in front of another opponent, she
What was
turns.
wrong with what was today? Because I thought today was a vastly different than Monday.
You said it was different.
I felt it was different
Oh yeah, it was different. It was turned
because
up.
that and she basically told the crowd, I am rent free in your head. Love me, hate me, I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, y'all can't stop obsessing over me.
Well, I think Triple H or somebody must have had to remind her because over on NXT and Monday night, it felt like she was kind of like pandering, trying to get the crowd behind her.
And
And to your
Triple H
point,
probably told her, "You are a Flair. We know how nasty you can be. Go be you for crying out loud." And
and
damn it,
today,
she was getting in there.
bro, today was different. That was like the point I was trying to get at. I think she killed Tiffany today. She made Tiffany look like a little girl in the ring, like a real like.
I think Tiffany kind of undermined the energy Charlotte was going to bring. So
Ah,
this was a fumble for Tiffany. But then again, this is her test. Like much like with Jey Uso, it's like you look at Tiffany, it's like, can you be one that we can look at as a genuine main eventer, or is this just your flash in the pan? Like what is this right now? You took a highly expected L for round one. If you're really that girl that the people think you can be, all right, get your ass back in the lab, get back to work.
am I
You got a
wrong for
lot of
saying
catching up to do.
this? Am I wrong for saying this? Whoever Charlotte faces, they must win against Charlotte Flair. And here's why. You
I don't
have
think
Rhea,
everybody.
huh?
Rhea can eat a loss from Charlotte. She's the only one that could.
Now, she's possible, but her calling out Charlotte to then lose would look bad on her, in my opinion. And then Tiffany coming out to pick me. Everybody wants Charlotte. If y'all want Charlotte that bad, and she walk into WrestleMania and walk out as champion, to me that kind of doesn't do anything for their character in terms of, well, I know you can't take out the biggest one. Yeah, you
Yeah,
nice.
because Rhea and Charlotte they're 1-1.
So the rubber
Uh,
match would be that.
but even then, like if Rhea ate that loss, I mean, I don't. That's
She would
probably
still
the
be mommy. She would still
yeah
be mommy.
that'd be the least detrimental.
Yeah.
Her and Julie would be fun to watch, but yeah, Julie would have to win that one, and if she chooses Tiffany, Tiffany has to win this one.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Tiffany again looked like in a sports sense where you got that Tom Brady kind of quarterback looking at the young Patrick Mahomes like, yeah, you nice, but you're not winning this Super Bowl over me. Maybe
But
when I
again,
leave.
remember a very I don't know if it was rookie Patrick Mahomes, but a very young Patrick Mahomes faced Brady in the Super Bowl, and
That's
Brady
what I'm
tapped
saying.
that ass.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, maybe you'll get these three in a row when I leave, Patrick, Tiffy. But as of right now, I'm the GOAT.
But whether it's uh, Tiffany or Rhea, does Charlotte get number 15?
I think so, bro. You know why I think so? Because I think we can't have two scenarios this year, right? Where, okay, John Cena's breaking 17 and Charlotte with her records too. And I think, honestly, I think Cena's probably not sweating that 17. Charlotte, I mean, she's already got the most out of the females. Why not keep it going to catch up to her dad?
So here's my next question. It doesn't have to be a Mania, but or I mean Charlotte could win a Mania, but it was like I say she loses very quickly. But my question is this: do we see maybe a SummerSlam, for example, or a Survivor Series? Do we see Cena and Charlotte get 17 and 16 together the same night?
That'd be fucking
That would be a
wild.
moment.
That would be a moment.
In the same night, you have Charlotte tie her father, and you have John Cena pass her father.
Imagine the photo ops. Like, imagine historically, like, when we all look back 20 years from now, then that picture's taken, and we look back at greatness, like, wow.
We watched history.
Yeah, that
That could be a thing this year.
that'd be wild. And I think I kind of enjoy the crowd not being behind Charlotte because we spoke about this before. We don't and necessarily enjoy Charlotte being a
And she don't
baby
have
face.
and she don't have to be a baby face either, because again, we
Yeah,
know where she's naturally gifted. It's again, look at her father, the dirtiest player in the game, natural born heel. That was their comfort zone, and it worked. They don't have to do the shake hands and kiss baby stuff.
right, right. And then I mean, at that moment too, though, after Tiffany and Charlotte is having that back and forth, which I feel like Charlotte definitely won. I mean, whatever Tiff, I'm gonna be honest. Tiffany said whatever she said. Charlotte said, "Did you say something?" Honestly, that's how I felt about Tiffany's promo. Like, I hate to be
Yeah,
a prisoner of the moment, but her saying that made me feel that way about Tiffany's promo. Like, damn, you kind of
in
did
less
just
than
go out there. Yeah.
in less than 5 words, Charlotte just obliterated Tiffany. But again, strong test for her. But again, we now know where she needs to put the work in. If her and Charlotte is the match at Mania,
And then we get I mean, to me, it's a bombshell of an announcement. It's something I didn't see happening. We get Nia Jax music playing.
I thought we were gonna get her or Rhea.
I felt like the announcement of, hold on, y'all, y'all blondies over here, y'all getting hype. It's kind of cute. But I just spoke to Nick Aldis, and instead of having to go through five other women in the chamber, I just got to go through one. Whoa,
Next week, getting the run back.
whoa. Does Tiffy walk out as champ? Like, I'm actually questioning this. I'm not gonna
I
lie,
am
chat.
too.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. Like, is Tiffy the biggest? I
Now,
can't even formulate the question. But who better,
here's the
Nia
person
versus Charlotte or Tiffy versus Charlotte?
here's the person that came to mind. If Nia wins, we're getting Rhea Charlotte 3. That's what that told me.
Mm. Oh, baby. And you know what?
And again, a part of it feels like that might be a cop out on Triple H's part.
I mean, man, we did speak about other reports again. Like we said, we don't like to dig into people's personal lives, but it's a part of the news around the community. And Andrade and Charlotte got a divorce, so maybe they separate them, have them on different brands. I could also see that. Just playing into that, not playing into that. If they have Nia win and then Charlotte versus Rhea, I could see that happening just as like a pivot. We don't want to do Tiffy versus Charlotte right now.
Now, here's what would be the only saving grace to that. If Nia wins next week, it's almost imminent or obvious that Jade would have to win the chamber.
Jade?
Yes.
Oh,
Because again,
oh
oh
baby.
wait. But before you blow your load like Dave Meltzer, let me explain as to why I feel the way I feel. I'm gonna be honest. Bailey versus Nia does not interest me. Bianca versus Nia does not interest me. The only one that would whet my appetite would be Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax.
Mm. But could they be prepping for a scenario? We seen Bianca versus Piper Nivens tonight. She picked her up. Could that be the prep game for Bianca versus Nia?
That match does nothing for me, unfortunately, right now.
Mm.
If we can't get Bianca and Jade at Mania, I would be happy with Jade and Nia at Mania.
Now, do they announce Jade
Because
in your mind
because
as a
also another
surprise?
reason why I feel this way, I would be perfectly okay because we will have one more set main event before Mania.
Okay.
I'd be perfectly fine if Jade and Bianca main events that, and and Jade wins that, and Jade steals her ticket to WrestleMania.
Mm.
I'd be okay with that. Those in the comments, if y'all want to hate me, whatever, go right ahead. I said what I said.
Nah, I mean, yeah, you good. I just think we fucking in an interesting scenario all across the board again, where I kind of feel like I don't know what's gonna happen, and I like it.
This is the good word for that division.
Yeah,
And let's not forget, you got 5 Feet of Fury back in the fold too.
and she punched her ticket to the elimination chamber.
Now again, I mentioned women or matchups that don't kind of whet my appetite. One that would be Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax. Because let's not forget, and let's rewind the clock for a minute. Bliss was an absolute bully to her. Yeah, she got her comeuppance, but now the tides have turned. And could you imagine if Alexa Bliss is crowned women's champion with the aid of Nikki Cross and the White Six?
I've been saying it for a while. I think they needed a championship to be taken serious after this whole little introduction period we seen from them. This might be that gate. It might be the path right here.
Because could you imagine if this matchup is late in the evening on a night? Don't matter which night it is, but say it's late in the evening, the sun is set. Oh wait, at least if it's a dome, match is going long or whatever. They in the deep waters, lights cut out. Then we hear that piano tune.
Mm.
Nikki Cross scares the shit out of Nia Jax. We see the Abigail DDT, and then we see Twisted Bliss. 1, 2, 3. That crowd in Vegas would go ballistic.
Man, they'll lose their mind. And I think it's a safe to say too, like, we gonna do another episode right after we done at the conclusion of this spoiler chat. Y'all keep your eyes out. We're gonna be talking about the WWE releases. If y'all don't know what we're talking about, there's been a few WWE releases, and the
Oh,
reason I
my heart,
segue to that,
my heart.
yeah, they released Blair Davenport, Sonya Deville, AOP. Duke Hudson over on NXT. There's somebody. Am I
Cedric
missing
Alexander,
Cedric Alexander?
WWE Hall of Famer Paul Ellering.
Like, so I just say that to say that with big names like Alexa Bliss coming back, the Legends and Future
Charlotte
Greats
back.
program, Evolve, Charlotte, with all of these
Becky's coming
things
back
going
any day
on,
now.
and the crowd is behind Alexa Bliss. So my whole point is, I see a championship for her in her future
Well, I
if
mean,
everything goes well.
she's been gone 2 years. She's naturally going to get that love back. And especially now that she's showing love for Bray. Oh, yeah. She could kick a newborn puppy across the Brooklyn Bridge and she'll still get a standing ovation. PETA, I'm just joking. It's just an example.
Facts. But like, you know what I'm saying? I think for her, it's a great look because there's a lot of women that's kind of in that they in that upcoming stage. I think the vision for the woman right now, they were yearning for a Becky Lynch to come back, or they wanted Charlotte to come back until she came back and won the Rumble, which is funny enough. Everybody
Or,
was waiting for Charlotte until she actually came back, and now they don't want it. But
but like she said in her promo, I've been gone 14 months. Is you really think I was going to come back and not win the Rumble?
mm,
Be for real.
mm,
But also another matchup that I wouldn't mind seeing. Imagine at a stand and deliver we get a Julia versus Alexa Bliss.
mm.
That'd be a fun match.
Julia
But again,
versus Alexa Bliss, yeah.
with Alexa, there's a lot to do. But I think again, if Nia wins, it's either gonna be her or Jade at Mania, or the only two matchups that I would want to see.
I think Stephanie Vaquer too. I need her to be expedited to the main roster. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I think
Why
she's
you try to
badass.
book her having all the fun when she does that move?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Imagine Wade Barrett acting a fool. Imagine Pat McAfee if you have her on Raw.
Yeah, man. I mean, hey, I don't know what to call it. The little knee bumps, whatever the head stomps, but yeah, I know. Yeah, that. Yeah, I
Oh
mean, like
Lord,
again,
have
the
mercy.
the women's division look promising. So there's a lot. Like I was alluding to with sports, we've seen the big Luka Doncic trade.
We
And the
seen
people in the
Jimmy get
NBA.
trade.
Yeah, nobody's safe, right? So I guess the same should be applied in WWE. Just
Whether you at the main event or that one person in catering, anybody is subject to get moved.
yeah, you got to be on the top of your game. That's how you know what I'm saying deep everything is over there right now.
Mhm. But again, in other situations, maybe a different environment could be refreshing. Let's throw that out there as well.
Oh
But
yeah,
again, y'all stay tuned for that because again, old Rage gonna have a lot to say.
yes sir. And I guess let's take it back to the beginning of the night, man. We had Bianca Belair and Piper Niven after the opening of the show. How'd you feel about that match right there?
Again, that is a matchup I could watch any day of
And
the week, twice on
this was a
Monday.
qualifying match. Just be
Also, for those that have been joking about this on Twitter, Dewdrop and Piper Niven are the same person. This ain't the first time she's taken the KOD. It's okay, peoples. It's okay.
it's okay.
But again, this matchup was amazing because again, anytime when I get to see Piper Niven do her thing, especially someone with the Bianca, again, I'm good. I'm just I'm happy as hell. Let her cook.
Oh yeah. I wasn't surprised to see Bianca pick up the victory. She did it in real
But here's the
Bianca
thing.
fashion.
I would have been okay with even Piper winning because again that would have put more stuff on Piper
Mm.
and it will further that story for the tag titles. So again, I was cool either way. Also, how you feel about Bianca's gear, which apparently was an homage to NXT?
It was cool. It's cool. I mean, this isn't really a big platform at the moment. It's a regular episode of SmackDown, but it's cool. It's nice to see. Like, I think with them right now, they always showing out, doing some cool stuff with their outfits. So for them, I think it's more of like character. Need to add more
And
layers.
every once in a while we get to see the best wrestle. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Oh
Sorry,
wait.
not sorry.
Oh fucking we. But then we had after that match, we had backstage. Bianca Belair advances. She joins Liv Morgan inside the chamber. We discussed Alexa Bliss winning. So I believe those are the three ladies that are in the chamber as of right now.
Yep. So we got 3 more to go.
Yup, Liv, Bliss, Bianca Belair. Moving on, we get the backstage segment with Nick Aldis, Carmelo. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't know. Sometimes I be feeling like I don't want to nitpick, but I thought the transfer portal shit was over.
I
I
told you we
thought
were gonna get. I told you it was gonna. I told you that they signed some paperwork on Saturday, and now we just not seeing it today.
the addendum.
Don't you get me started on that. Don't you dare get me started on that. Shawn Michaels, you fucked up. You had one job. They gotta sign 2 pieces of paper, not just one.
Man.
Were you looking with the good eye or the bad eye?
But we get a kid first, Aldis teases Carmelo Hayes with the fact he's gonna be facing a Raw superstar. Carmelo's over it. Like, come on, bro. Like, like he- Carmelo went asking for a bye week. Like, can I just get in the chamber like Cena? Can I just, and Nick Aldis told him, nah, you gonna have a match tonight with somebody from Raw. And in comes Akira Tozawa. Now I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't upset.
Well,
I laughed, I smiled.
again, I think we missed a section
Which part was
in the
that?
show. Yes, boy.
I'm screaming.
They got a dub today. They slowly
Man.
climbing that mountain, little by little. Yeah, y'all made fun of me earlier for being a fan of them. Watch, they gonna get there eventually. Just taking a little longer than expected.
Man, and they did pick up a victory over the tag team champions. But what's the
Telling you,
idea?
me
What's
and
the
Wade
idea
Barrett,
here with them?
me and Wade Barrett, are the only ride or dash them right now.
Man, but what's the like I don't get the idea. Like, are they trying to establish Pretty Deadly as like a face team now? Or like I don't understand what
Honestly, they're at a point where for me, I don't care if they're babyface, I don't care if they're heel, I don't care if they're double agents. Put the fucking gold on them.
mm, mm. I mean, they do get a shot next week, so we see what happens. Because that was part of the little backstage segment. Um,
They
you
got a
know what I'm
couple
saying?
backstage segments. That whole division was getting some love today.
They sure were. How you feel about the tag team Like, do we need that much emphasis now? Like, we've seen them get the spotlight at Royal Rumble, have a tag team match there. Do you feel like they trying too much, or is it good where it's at?
This is perfect because again,
Okay.
like again, all seriousness. When was the last time you seen a singular division, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever, where you saw a tag division as deep as SmackDown's? Yeah, back in the day, you had Eminem, you had London the Kidman for a minute, but nothing ever stuck around. You got 6 to 7 tag teams to where at any point in time you can put the belt on them, and that crowd's gonna go absolutely ape shit.
Yeah. Again,
Like,
it's interesting why they Raw let go of AOP. I mean, they one less tag team short over
yeah,
here now.
and again, 8 teams if you count the Street Profits and the Wyatt Six, whichever iteration we see of them.
Hmm.
So again,
It's a lot cooking up over there for the tag team division for sure.
yes, it is.
What you
But
thought of? Hmm.
but the match at hand again. Again, I'm okay with it because again, like I'm just happy to see the division getting the love they're getting. Much like the women, so everything that we essentially like clamored for in years past. Again, we set the table for all of them, and with as whether it's the heavyweight championship, the tag championship, the U.S. title picture. Well, that's kind of slipped the last couple weeks, but basically every title on SmackDown has a very deep division, and we've
What you
never
think
seen
about
that without them.
what you think about DIY wrestling and like not out there wrestling gear? I thought it looked cool for them. I'll be honest, like
We'll show that they were unprepared for the match, which again, you love to see that at heel sometimes. Again, there's certain little things, the
yeah,
little things, people, that go a
hmm
long way.
man.
That's what makes you from being okay to okay. They one of them.
Yeah, I thought they did a good job with that impromptu feel right there. That was a good job on them right there. So I did enjoy that segment, to be honest. That leading into the match, impromptu kind of feel match, DIY losing, pretty deadly picking up an opportunity for next week's SmackDown. I mean, like I said, SmackDown is feeling important every week. There's a lot of stuff going on every week, and on
The E
Raw,
show.
yeah, on Raw it just feels like it's the spectacle. Like we coming out to see the stars. Like we coming around to be around the celebrities at front row. The
You
you
gonna make me
know,
say it again, aren't you? Friday Night SmackDown, where the best wrestle.
man, it's looking like it. And again, the matchups seemed a little bit all over the place, but like you said, the wrestling is good. The way they able to tie in the stories with everything, flawless. So I'm digging it. You know what I mean? What you thought about the Miz and Cody backstage?
It's not just the Miz's part that I'm loving right now, but I'll
Yes,
get to
thank
the
you,
part in a minute. I have a two-part
thank you,
answer. I have a
thank you.
two-part answer to this.
I thought I
Miz.
was alone on that.
Oh no. This is probably the Miz's best work in almost 10 years.
He painted a fucking picture for us with that shit.
And like I said, this is the last journeyman of WWE's they've ever had because he literally climbed from the bottom and worked his way to the very top of the mountain. He literally cut his teeth in WWE. When they tried kicking him out, he said, "All right, I can take it," and then he just earned it. So the fact that we're seeing this, what he's able to produce now, with the aid of his Hollywood experience, it's a masterpiece.
Mm.
And then you have his former tag team partner, future Hall of Famer R-Truth. That man can do no wrong. He can say no wrong. It could be the dumbest shit you've ever heard that makes no sense. But when Truth says it, you can't help but enjoy it. Told Tozawa he won the King of the Ring.
Man, he said that to Jay.
I thought it was what did he told Tozawa?
I ain't hear what he told Tozawa. I seen what
He
he
told he
told
told
Jay.
Tozawa some shit, but yeah, you're right. He did say it to Jay. I apologize.
I was screaming when he said that shit to Jay. He was like, "Yeah, man, I used to think you were a king. Now you the king of the ring." I was like, "Nah, he lost it."
Truth, don't you go changing. Like I said, future WWE Hall of Famer. Who go? I dare someone tell me otherwise.
Man, money right there though. I'm not gonna lie. All truth, he's always good at what he does.
And again, I'll say this again. Another one, Miz, another future Hall of Famer.
And then I believe that's when we get to that triple threat qualifying match that we had up on the screen right over here. We get
Which what I thought was funny about this. Some folks on Twitter said that this was initially scheduled to be the main event.
it. I mean, it did appear that way. To be honest, it felt like the Jay Uso. That's another part. I didn't even know until they announced it halfway that Jay and they were doing that tag team match at the end.
Yeah, until Joe Tessford touched, and I was like, wait a minute, when was this a thing?
Yeah. So I that impromptu feel of tonight. Yeah, it was there. It was definitely there. I wasn't mad at it for sure. Do you think like there was a reasoning or it just made more sense? This was the plan all along?
Again, this is the Jacob Patu effect. Let's just be honest. The man is pissing excellence as we speak. Amethyst, what's going on? But yeah, like this is you can't not say this is the Jacob Fatu effect. But you have Jacob and Jay Uso in the fold, so that's lightning and lightning. So this definitely felt like it was made on the fly, and I think the right decision was made in having this and that match be the main event, especially with what follow that. But again, let's address this interesting triple threat for what it was, which was again a great matchup.
Amethyst was good. He was good. Was good. We appreciate you stopping there. But yeah, let's get into the matchup then.
Like we touched on it before, the early promos, whatever. Jim's doing Jim stuff. Drew's still pissed at the world, and you have Alien Knight being the cheeky bastard that he is. Talking about he got to get his shit in real quick.
Bro, that line, and I love how they played into it because we all see what's going on the internet. They know, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to play into it, get them reactions. It was a beautiful line right there. You even see Drew's reaction, like he did a little
Like
smirk
you
to it.
son of a.
I was very surprised to see, like, my take out of this was the fact that Jim, he was just in competition with Carmelo Hayes for the last few weeks. And I feel like this was a up.
Amethyst, we gonna get to that.
The stock
We
has
gonna get
been
to
risen.
that.
Oh yeah, the stock has been risen for Big Jim. Like he was out there chatting it up with Drew. You know what I'm saying? He was staying in his own.
And again, folks, I mean, folks forget on the mic, Bo Bell, he can hold his own with the best of them.
He definitely showed that tonight. And the match was good to me. I felt like, it was a standard triple threat, good for SmackDown, qualifying match. I wonder when he is going to acknowledge Roman Reigns. Shit, in his mind, probably never.
I mean, that was the deal after he lost Ulafala, if memory serves me correct. But then again, we thought he was going to travel ceremony last week, but instead, I just shut the fuck up.
I mean, this is our second appearance seeing Solo, and he hasn't did that yet.
Yeah, so again, we'll see where he ends up. But again, back to this triple threat again. It was incredible. Honestly, I was surprised by Jimmy and LA Knight having fairly decent ring chemistry, or even Drew and LA Knight. Because I thought he would have been the odd man out in that matchup.
Mm. I didn't think they was gonna have a bad match. So it was like I just felt like they delivered. They did what they were supposed to do. That's exactly how I feel about it. They did what they
Well,
were
I thought the
supposed
match
to
was gonna
do.
be bad. It's just LA Styles got a very interesting style that doesn't usually
Hmm.
gel with others. And if you have Drew and Jim flying around, then I I'm glad I was wrong with this, but I thought there's an accident waiting to happen somewhere.
Mm. Waiting for the shenanigans, the fuckery.
There was one of those ooh my bad moments. I thought something like that was gonna happen,
Nah, I feel that.
or
It's,
like oh did I get you dog?
I thought with like the low stuff surrounding the Rumble, I thought there would be more, like things might have been a little bit more stiff or like you saying a little bit something happening there, but yeah. But Drew McIntyre, he advances, he secures his spot in the Elimination Chamber match. So we now have Cena, Punk, and Drew. Three heavy hitters. Next week we get Damian Priest, Jacob Fatu, Braun Strowman, as I mentioned. I can envision they may. I mean, if you want to surprise and put, it seems like right now, as of right now, you have former world champions in the Elimination Chamber. They could shock the world and put Jacob, somebody that's never won a championship, but I think they're gonna continue the trend of keeping that chamber full of like former world champions. That'd be crazy.
I think you might. If Jacob's in, then you're guaranteed going to have Roman and Seth in.
You tell a joke, but not tell a lie. Man,
Yeah, but I think if Jake qualifies, then again you can definitely count that the last two guys are going to be Roman and Seth to further that story, especially now that Punk's in there as well. And again, Drew's got history with all of them too, so again, that makes the most sense.
talk about it. Tag me in the message. I need to inquire too. I need some, you know what
I'll fly out to wherever he's at as long as it's stateside.
I mean?
Matter of fact, allow me to announce I will be at the Raw before Mania. Mr. Wiseman, to the front stage, if you will. My OTC, with all love and respect, to the front stage, please. So, Roman, I hear you're a Niners fan. I'll leave my Rams jersey here at the crib to be on some peaceful stuff.
I believe after that Drew stuff, they showed Kevin Owens in his car
Yeah,
talking
they did.
about the damages from the match at the Royal Rumble. His eye, he been in pain. But it's interesting. He blamed Sami Zayn for his pain.
And Joe had an announcement about Sami not long after that.
Mm,
Sami Zayn out indefinitely. So that power driver has taken the soul of Sami Zayn and Randy Orton.
that's crazy.
Yet Cody fucking takes a sensu bean or whatever, drinks from the fountain of youth, and he just fine. What the fuck?
Hell yeah.
Since when does Cody become Super Cena?
Roman won't be in the chamber match. He will interfere in the match.
I think if Roman enters that chamber, he kind of has to win. But then again, like you could, mm, honestly, I don't know about that one either. But also, I can see why they wouldn't want to have Roman and Cena in that chamber together when it seems like I see that chamber starting with Cena and Punk.
Mm.
I can picture those two, regardless of who else gets in, those two will be 1 and 2.
How
We'll
many
hear everyone
weeks we
else's
got?
music. The fifth song we'll hear is called a personality, and then the last person in, which will join Punk to start the match, will be John Cena. It's only appropriate.
When is the Elimination Chamber?
March 1st,
March 1st. Okay, so we
3
got.
weeks,
All right, all right.
and after that, we'll have a Saturday Night's main event, if I'm not mistaken, at the end of March, and then a month after that will be WrestleMania.
We on a good road. I ain't gonna lie. To me, this is. I could be fucked up in the head. I felt like this is another great road to a PLE. Like we had a fucking road to Royal Rumble. We always say the road to WrestleMania. That's the we know that, right? But I'm talking about like
That's the overall season.
yes, like the path to each of these PLEs. I've never seen a chamber of Royal Rumble so stacked and everybody got storylines, claims to be.
Everything makes sense, no matter who's potentially going to be involved.
Yeah.
And like I said,
Us
that the men's one is the most fascinating because again, it seems like even the talent on Raw and the talent on SmackDown, they can give two fucks about Gunther. That whole universe revolves around our OTC.
Right, it used to feel like in years past, I mean, the whole community used to speak about it. Oh, it's elimination chamber match. Who we gonna put in it? It's like you gotta find competitors. Just fucking all right. Let's throw all of these
Not
people.
anymore.
Right, there's a claim. There's
Now it's
actually
literally okay. Spin, pick a name and have spin the Rolodex. Trust me, they all certified.
yes. There's all of these people got tickets. Are they
In the
punching
words
them?
of Enzo Amore, the real one, you got a crew of certified G's and bona fide thugs,
Mm.
and you can't Teach that.
Bada boom. Realest guys in
Realest
the
guys in the
room.
room. How you doing?
How you doing? I'm not going lonely. That's fire. Cause
But
I
again, like I
again,
said, so that the men's is going to be the most fascinating because again, like whether it's Seth and Roman, whether it's Jacob in there in the mix, or whatever, it's all going to somehow tie itself together.
yeah.
Now the
And that's
question
what that,
is,
that that's
now,
that's
now
what I'm
the
saying.
here's the big question. This is where I do not envy Triple H in the slightest. How on God's green is he going to pick a winner out of this? Just giving up the names alone. You're going to have to blindfold yourself and just throw a dart, and the first face you hit, then we're just sticking with that.
And again, we could all shoot scenarios for like, but if they put a gun to your head and say who you gonna select, it's a hard decision to make at that moment.
I'm forcing them to pull the trigger. I ain't answering that damn question.
Like, yo, listen, like you talk about Drew McIntyre. Every time he's getting fucked, you know what happened? What happened last year? He was getting fucked. They let him win that Mania.
But again, what if Rollins wins? What if Priest or Jacob win? What if Cena wins?
That's what I'm saying. Like
Or like you touched on, which could be a possibility. What if Logan Paul wins?
he's in a
Because
qualifier match
he has
this
Liz
coming
Monday, if I'm not
Monday
mistaken. Yeah,
with Rey Mysterio. That seems like a layup for him.
yeah. So
Yeah,
again, to Amos's theory, Roman may not be in that match because all 6 spots will likely be full by then, unless you add a 7th. It,
yeah, I'm screaming with this. Oh man, that's how Paul.
someone get Amos the microphone. Let's get her on the show right now.
And I'm about to bless y'all with $150 because I gotta go buy the Bloodline edition of the game. Like, can we get
Hey,
some answers,
hey,
please?
it's 300 pecan my half.
You feel me? Like, geez, Chad, look at that. We up on the
And
scoreboard right now. Like,
also Hunter done took a good chunk of my money off the shit for Raw.
bro, like, hold on. I gotta see. I ain't gonna lie. I gotta look this up, Chad. Hold on. But yeah, we could keep talking. That shit crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Cause I gotta look up. I gotta see.
For what I paid for Raw, I could have got me and you the Bloodline edition of the game and had enough for groceries for the week.
Man, bro.
It's still
See,
that change.
I'm gonna be honest. I live in New York City, so there's tax on when I buy video games, so it ain't the flat whatever amount they say. But I'm trying to find the price
If you get it
of
on
the game.
PlayStation Network, it should just be what it regularly is.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. They add the tax. I'll take a screenshot for you when I make the purchase, bro. They do that to
Maybe
every
maybe
game for years, bro. Over
maybe
here.
folks don't like you.
Nah, they don't like New York. That's what it is. Like, okay, so the
Fair enough.
Bloodline edition is 130. Yeah, that's how much. So we got to give 130, and for me, whatever tax I got to give. So I got to be mad at New York for the tax.
And
I
again,
can't be mad
remember
at the game.
the game comes out in about what 4 or 5 weeks,
Yep, you get the 7 days early if you get that Bloodline edition too. So let's
and
put
you
that on the
know we're gonna
screen
have
real
some
quick.
content for y'all when that game rolls out.
Yeah, so this is it right here. The pre-order says 130. Like, you know, chat, like, Paul, can we get. I even tag Roman and my ex support him. Yeah, we need some answers. We need some answers, man, because I'm ready to cop out on the Bloodline edition. I'm ready to put my ones up. I'm ready to have all the character. I'm ready to make a character with tribal tattoos
I'm gonna need a
and
couple weeks
throw
to recover
myself in it.
from my expenses for Raw. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna need a couple weeks. I will have it before. I will have it before the pre-sale goes live though. That I can guarantee.
He said, I would have it.
I just need a minute real quick.
Bro, look at your phone.
Oh God.
I'm gonna try to send it to the chat so they can see it if I can.
The hell is this? I'm screaming. We need to find you a hobby. Go
Chat,
fishing at the Hudson River or something.
y'all would be crying, chat, if y'all see this shit.
Should make that one your Twitch emotes.
For real, right?
But yeah, again, but whenever that game goes live, you're more going to add me on PSN, whatever. If you want to get a pinned, knocked out, choked out, tap out, whatever, I'll be handing out L's to everybody.
Oh yeah, that's the one, chat. The challenge has been issued. It has been set. I'm not gonna lie. I get
And
the
then if you want to run
trophies in
if
this
you want to
game.
run a tag match, I got my partner right here ready to go. So again, anyone can get it.
Telling you. Yeah, I be going crazy in this chat. Y'all don't believe it? Just watch. I don't got my PlayStation up, but I be getting all the trophies 100% the last 2 years.
I'll even for even those that do the pre-order stuff. I'll give you guys till the game goes actually live before you want to start catching some L's. I'll give y'all time to get your character just right, learn the game. I'll give you all that. Oh,
This is how you know we started early, chap. We started off early in our careers right here. This was me holding the championship for my
you
tribal chief.
you look like holding one of them little belts that they gave the UK Prime Minister. The itty bitty ones look like a damn
Yeah,
bracelet.
the little hand that ain't the wrist championship, bro. That shit had me in tears when they did that one. I was like, oh baby, we started off young right there. And look, they can't see, but I got the Lakers championship hat right there, 2020 pandemic. This is right at the peak of when everything started right here. Man, if they know, they know. We
Y'all won the participation trophy award. Yeah, I got you.
Hell yeah. You feel me? I wanted to be the honorary ooze before there was even the honorary ooze. You feel me? Ooh. I'm telling you, I was living.
But again,
I started off young, baby. Keep
matter of
good.
fact, I'll give y'all till St. Patrick's Day to get good at the game. Because after that, again, I don't know if y'all had a chance to listen to our tribal chief on the No Contest podcast. Shout out O'Shea Jackson and the crews over there. But he had our tribal chief up there, and they had I'm paraphrasing the question, but they touched on like how does he get the drive to do everything more, and he said, "I'm a sick man. Wise man picks you up and wakes you up in the morning. Say how you feeling. I woke up.
Mm,
Everybody else is fucked now. Y'all
hmm
had your time to get shit right with her, but I'm up now. I'm on that timing now. Who won it?
I love
You,
that mentality.
it's that infamous Kobe Bryant Mamba mentality toward like I'm at a level that's so high up in the sky, it is impossible for you to match my energy. It just can't be because I won't let you get even close to matching my energy.
This is a business, this is a passion, and most importantly, families have to be fed. That's how these gentlemen look at this. It's all
Or
about the
even then,
family,
he
you know
even
what I'm
said later on,
saying?
said like I could have been one of the boys or whatever. I do miss being in the locker room, but if I was doing that, I wouldn't be in the spot I'm in right now.
Yeah. You got to separate yourself from the pack. You know what I mean? You got to do I was watching something about Penta, and it was amazing the things how he transformed himself coming from AAA. They had him under a different persona, how he embraced being given the Penta persona, and how he made himself stand out. And you see where it got him now. It took years. It didn't happen overnight, but same thing with Roman. When he was, like you said, in the back with the boys, up, up, down, down. You seen the tribal chief on there. You know what I
Shout out
mean?
Woods.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But now it's like we can't be in that environment.
Woods,
Like
you can get it too.
I seen that. I seen that.
Woods can get it too.
Yeah, that's a great mentality to have, and it just furthers I ain't gonna lie, like it furthers the mentality I have, and I share that mentality and embrace it. I tell other people to have that mentality too. Like whatever it is you're doing, just approach that shit like you want to be the best. Don't half step. You know what I'm saying? And realize that you only in competition with yourself because ain't nobody in your lane. When you in that lane, you in that lane. Like
But and then
Will
again,
Smith drive 145 miles per hour because there's nobody in his lane.
if you focus that energy on somebody else and what they're doing, you've already lost the fight
You're defeated.
because you're not allowing yourself to be your absolute best.
You gonna take me out, Amethyst. You gonna fucking take me out, baby. Oh man.
Get this woman a mic. Get on the damn show right now.
Oh baby.
Amethyst, we need you on the show right now, please.
I'm screaming. Holy shit. That's funny as fuck. Man, this shit real out
A
here.
toast to Amethyst.
There you go. I ain't got no drink, but toasty, cheersy,
I took
cheersy,
a double
cheersies.
stick for you, brother.
There you go. And I go back to what I told you on the last episode, what Hogan had to say on Pat McAfee's show. It gave me an insight on like, I mean, I don't know if he just talking shit, but he kind of referred to like Roman is like one of the old school boys. Cody's one of the old school boys.
You got to have that ego. You need to have that ego if you want to make the big money.
And they grew up in the business, so they really understand it. They understand the landscape, what got to be done.
Like we touched earlier with Priest recognizing Jacob earlier in the show, game recognized game. The real ones know who they are. It's toward like if you look at them, you don't even need to react. It's just once that eye contact is made, all right, you just
Nah,
know.
real talk. And I know Hogan is probably not the best name to bring up around the wrestling community,
But
but
again,
what?
in his heyday, he was the number
Oh
one.
no, he held it down. He did what he stepped on a lot of toes, cranked on a lot of necks the way he had to be, cut a lot of throat. But
But
hey,
again,
everybody
they
was
would
doing
they
that.
would have did the same to him in a heartbeat.
Yeah, everybody was doing
Even
that.
like Punk telling Cody, like, I'm not gonna stab you in the back, I'm gonna stab you in front. You gonna watch this shot. I'm not gonna do what the OGs would do, which is get you not looking. You gonna
Yep.
watch this hit coming. You
Yeah,
gonna
bro.
look at me in the eyes when I pull that trigger.
And it's just a
What are you gonna
different
do about
time.
it?
It's a different time now. So that's another thing.
But
People
that
just
again,
the
but that
product of
old
their
school
time.
mentality, that's a lost art.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, it's a reason why they out the business now, though. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe years before, like in the early 2000s, we would have got away with having a 60-year-old that people don't want to
Out
see in
of
the ring.
business. I'll give you two other examples: Triple H and The Rock. You couldn't find no bigger egos in the last 30 years than those two right there.
Man,
Oh god damn it, out of this. I'm trying to be serious right now.
I'm screaming.
Oh, Lord have mercy. But anyways, I'm gonna try to ignore the chat real quick again because I'm trying to be serious with this. Like during the Rock's time, again, he told when he left Nation Domination, he told him, "No, I'm him. I'm that dude." Triple H in the infamous Reign of Terror, he told folks, "There ain't a man walking God's green earth that can stand toe to toe with me." Hell, look at JBL when he became JBL, the wrestling god. Hey,
So
you,
you gotta
we can
grab
make
the you
we
gotta
can make
grab
the
the game by the
argument with
horns.
we can make the argument with John Cena as well.
Yo,
Apparently,
listen, to
he
me,
told
I hate to be this guy, but I always make the comparison. People hated LeBron because he left Cleveland, went to Miami, and got a championship. People hated Kevin Durant because he left OKC, went to Golden State, and won a championship. You know what they did?
or,
They controlled their destiny.
well, hold on. Let's cut a little deeper. Yeah, they hated that, but they feared Kobe when he was on the court. They feared Michael. You didn't dare make eye
Killers.
contact with Black Jesus. You didn't
Killers.
dare speak bad on them because again, you want to match the energy, all right, but they're gonna take it deeper. They're gonna drag you down in them deep waters.
And even Kobe, right? He was, I'm not calling Mike Black Jesus. I'm calling him Mike.
Yeah, because again, I'm gonna step to you because I know I can hang with you. Now is count? Can you outgun me?
So,
And again,
yeah.
Kobe ended up being Kobe. That like I said, that Mamba mentality.
Take certain
If
type of dogs to be in
yeah,
that arena.
and Kobe God rest his soul, was a killer.
Yeah.
And everyone knew it. And my
Hey.
point is like you have to train your body to where like it's okay that I'm not gonna be everybody's friend. It's okay that when it comes down to business, it's either me or them. And once you
It's got to
separate
be
business
like
from
that, man.
personal, that's when the money starts just growing.
Cause you focused on one task and one task only, and that's your craft,
Now, the
mastering your
personal, again,
craft.
with anything, there's time and place for everything. But again, once you learn how to separate that, then that's when they both start growing on their own respectfully.
Hell yeah. But now let's get back to
Well, real quick,
recapping.
Amethyst, go drink some cold water.
Yeah. Shit, I need some water too. Somebody bring me a fucking drink. I need a fucking drink over here. I need somebody to throw me one so I could catch that shit like Austin, one-handed
Nah,
shit.
fuck that. Dump a
Fuck that
bucket on
shit.
his head.
Man, fucking throw that shit over here. Make sure some ice in that shit.
He's
Fuck.
saying want the ice challenge right now.
Hell yeah. Fucking hot over here. We got the steam rolling
Well,
and
you the one who
shit.
chose to wear a hoodie.
Oh, cause it's fucking
You
hot.
know the energy
Look,
I bring. You know
it,
it's gonna get. You know this energy that radiates coast to coast, pillar to post. So you know when we locked and loaded, it's gonna get
man.
a little spicy
The,
over there.
the New York weather is so weird because it's cold outside, but then you turn the heat, it gets a little hot, but you turn it off, it gets too cold, and then it's like, man, you gotta find that right temperature, which is hard to do when the weather's always changing over the night. This shit
I'm
is,
I'm dressed like this in 20, 30 degree weather.
I love
My
it.
old man said I'm part polar bear, so again, maybe
I
that may be
love it.
true.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
I,
My
I'll,
boy
I'll,
got
I'll
that
rock
blood
this,
boiling.
some shorts, and either some slides or if I feel like warming up, I'll wear some shoes and some boots. But again, I'm chilling.
Man, I ain't gonna lie. I know people that go to the store right now just like that. I'll be looking at them like, what the fuck? How you doing this shit? I'd have been sick. I go outside like this shit, man.
The
I'm
first
getting
time
sick.
I was experiencing like 0 degree weather when I was in Boston, my ass was in a wife beater, some rugby shorts, and some slides. And yet everyone looked at me like I just lost my damn mind. I
They don't
seen
know.
folks buckled up with like 5, 6 layers and whatever, got like 4 pair of socks under the Timbs, and I'm just like
See,
I'm like the goddamn beach.
but they didn't know that they looking at a man that is built very differently from the most men, from most common men. They didn't know what they just came across right there. That's
I'm an
what that
animal.
was.
What can I say?
Yeah, like this isn't a common man right here. But yeah, man, we let's get back to the SmackDown after that announcement that Sammy was injured on Raw. We get into the Carmelo Hayes and Kara Tozawa match. I kind of forgot this shit happened, even though we briefly spoke about it.
Now again, with all due respect, I'm gonna get the nice stuff out of the way first.
Yeah,
With all due respect, this was Tozawa's best match since the very first Cruiserweight Classic. With that being said, what the fuck are we doing with Mello?
yeah, I ain't gonna lie, like this shit made me want to bring back the cruiserweight title just for Melo. Like he'll be the perfect cruiserweight champion right now.
If Mello decides to fuck off and go to AEW, at this point I won't be mad at him.
Oh, brother.
I'm just being honest. Like if he decides to just give Triple H the one finger salute and says I'm out of here, I'll sit my 90 days. If he decides to do that, I wouldn't be mad at him.
I mean, it's tough. I feel like
Streets, my brother.
Carmelo's one of those newer dudes. Yo, Streets, what's the word, bro? I feel like Carmelo's one of those newer dudes that like he came up under that NXT product where they were building stuff. I feel like he's homegrown.
But we're now over a year deep, and he's still on. It feels like he's still on step one. That's what I
Yeah,
understand. 'Cause now again, the comic comparison that we've been making is him and Braun Breaker. We've seen what the work Braun's
Solo
been
came
putting
back.
in is Melo not putting in that same amount of work that Braun's putting in. Like, what's going on?
I don't know. I mean,
Streets, appreciate y'all.
Did you see at the end of the match he took Akira's shirt? Like, could that be him retiring the jerseys again? Taking people's shirt, like,
I hope something happens, but
cause
what are
that
we
would be
doing?
dope. Yeah, I don't know. It felt very cruiserweight. Like they really see he can't. Not to say he can't, but he hasn't fared well in matches with dudes that are bigger than him in his
Okay, so
run so far.
why not send him back to why not send him to Raw? At least over there, you got folks he's worked with, like whether it be Braun, Ilya, Pete Dunne. He's worked. I'm
Oh
sure him
yeah,
and
appreciate
Eluded
that, Streets.
would cook, but hell, him and Penta would do just fine. We saw what they were cooking up at the Rumble.
Mm,
So again, there's matches they could have that are quality in Raw. So again, what's he doing on SmackDown? They were teasing trading him for the last 2 months anyway. So why not do it?
mm.
Hell, imagine what a promo segment with him and Cena would have done for him. Imagine what him and AJ Styles could do together. Have we gotten AJ and Mello yet? I don't think so.
They keep trying to just put him in the match with the the big main event though, not just main event, but like massive bigger dudes.
Yeah, the
Which
monsters, the super
yeah,
heavyweights.
yeah.
But again, Raw's got more guys both his size, whatever that I think would benefit him in the long run.
I mean, you might have a point there. I'm not going to say no. I just think I'm on board with what you're saying. What the hell we doing with Melo? Like, this is somebody I wanted to see succeed. He's been on a this is the trajectory on a down for him rather than up. And for the most part of the whole year, it's been kind of stagnant too. Like the best thing he's done was the stuff with Andrade. They mucked it up with
And
the LA
pissed
Knight
that away.
stuff. Yeah.
So the one good thing worked from they pissed it away. So it's like, what are we doing? And there's no reason why he should still be on step one when we're, like I said, a year and a half deep in him being on the main roster. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like it's either he's gotten complacent or Triple H is fucking up.
Also, I think we didn't mention it, but just to on our official shit, in them backstage segments, Caden Carter and Katana Chance were there, so I guess that's another move, a slight move. I thought of it because
Eh,
Carmelo interrupted them, like, you know what I'm saying, and got to his business.
eh.
Yeah. Just had to officiate the transactions out here, put that in the, in the tabs for them out there.
You know how I would have much rather have seen
Hmm.
Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, a good
That
chance.
should have been their
Again,
spot.
you've been saying it for months. Where like there's ways to include NXT, establish them as a third brand, and I haven't been seeing that. They
They've been teasing
sprinkle
their official call up probably since SummerSlam.
Roy Rumble. Last Legend look ready to come up.
The pop she got.
Yeah, man, we shall see with her. Like, you know what I mean? Carmelo beating Tozawa. I wasn't surprised by that. I was more surprised they
I was
actually
surprised
let
by the
the
length of the match.
yes, they let this match go on and Tozawa hanging in there. I don't know what that says more about Tozawa. He still got more left in the tank, or
Now, is it just Tozawa on SmackDown, or is Otis and Maxine there too?
nah. I think it was just a lend because he said from Raw, so they still. It's not like oh he's on SmackDown now. Which I thought that was weird. Thought it was weird,
Either way, again, this wasn't the move.
bro. Like we don't even see Tozawa in singles matches like that on Raw.
This was not the move. You know what would have made this better? I'll give you two words: cero miedo.
And again,
Imagine
I'm
him
gonna be
pull.
honest. The only good thing,
Imagine Penta pull him up in that all blue fit one more time, and him and Mello have a one on one.
the only good thing was the continuity. Again, you say the Royal Rumble. Carmelo beat up Akira Tozawa. Usually, we wouldn't see nothing come out of those type of moments. Like that moment just served as for speed, obviously,
But
right?
again, you had him and Penta have a moment too, which garnered a lot of eyes. You could have
Hmm.
had that match tonight, and it would have got a much better response. That match you could have had this length or whatever, and whether Melo caught a victory or a loss, it wouldn't have hurt anybody.
Yeah, but I don't think they would have played it like Nick all just saying, yeah, so I got a favor from Pierce. You and Penta had a good moment in the Rumble, so we're gonna put you on a match tonight. This
Or
one
again,
came off more like, okay, he beat him up. It makes
or
sense.
all this could have said you're going to have a one-on-one match with a rising star amongst the WWE.
If they do that, but again, I felt they shot it down with the whole after Royal Rumble, the transfer window, the transfer portal, like
Yeah,
so. Even with the Cesaro stuff, I'm kind of like, why y'all going back on that right now? Like, it
like I
just
said,
doesn't make sense.
there's a way they could have done it and worded it to make it be better, but again, this is what they chose.
Yeah.
Triple H got to lie in some shit with this one. I don't know how else to put it.
Mm.
Like
After,
I
yeah,
wish I could be more positive about it, but I just can't.
nah, yeah, nah. After that match, we get Jay telling Cody that he was still undecided on who to challenge. He said he still has some beef with Gunther. They still leaving it up in the air, you know. Again, I feel Jay versus Cody, along with what we seen later on in the evening. It'll be interesting to see where we get to where we get to.
I just don't see Jay versus Gunther at Mania. That does that honestly that screams opener, not main event to me. Nothing against Jay, it's just Gunther's quality of work.
Yeah,
Gunther comes off as burnt out.
I mean, it's been feeling that way for a while. I kind of been saying that, like, I don't know if he's been tired, if he just not excited with this championship. Maybe he
There,
wants the
there's
other
uh,
championship.
the way his body language is and the way everything is. There's something off about him.
That's the best way you could have put it. The body language.
And even
'Cause,
sometimes the way the tone of his voice hits with certain promos, like you could tell, like there's something off.
I mean, could it be that they stripped him of everything that was making him lit during his IC title reign, during his NXT reign? Like, they stripped him of
Yeah.
Imperium.
The fact that at least Ludwig isn't with them exposes him because again, Gunther don't need to talk.
Bless you, brother. Bless you.
Like, yeah, Gunther don't need to talk. Whatever. Um, Ludwig could be the mouthpiece, whatever, and still do whatever he's doing now. He could still have the Rumble moment, whatever. Wouldn't have messed anything up.
And it's weird what they doing with them because it feel like again you keep them together they could be dominant if that's what you're looking for Gunther. There's no you take away Ludwig and now you got him looking kind of weak and he's taking losses. He getting thrown out of rumbles very fast. Like I don't
He's
understand
getting absolutely murdered in promo segments.
what the fuck happened to Giovanni Vinci. Wasn't he on SmackDown at
Did he
some
get
point?
released too, or no?
I have no fucking clue. They silently stopped using him.
Wait, let me look that up real
Now that
quick.
I think about it,
Yeah, again, that like you touched on earlier, they're splitting up factions.
I don't understand that. 'Cause I feel like there's a lot of hard work, a lot of investment, a lot of time that not only them but us as fans have put into to these factions for them to just kind of be disbanded in the way that they had. Like the stuff with the New Day was good. Like 10 years, oh my, would they break up? And then the Big E, like there's layers to that.
So apparently he hasn't been released yet.
Yeah, like they
Yet.
just got him floating.
You should have kept him and Kaiser together.
I mean, would we ever want to see Imperium back?
It makes no
Is
sense because again, Gunther kicked him out of the faction, and he basically told Ludwig, "We need to go our separate ways."
Yeah, so I
So
don't really how I don't understand how we make Gunther more exciting or more hated.
retiring the faction wasn't the move.
Yeah. After that,
Now,
hmm
what would make it interesting is if he creates a new vision of Imperium, and you, instead of doing something like Giovanni Vinci or Ludwig Kaiser, if Gunther is to remain the mouthpiece, what I wouldn't mind seeing him surrounded with would be three men, all three substantially smaller than him. But it would be Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate, and Axiom. Have three buzzsaws at his disposal.
why not Nathan Frazier?
I can see those two breaking up. I can see Axiom breaking up sometime this year. And Frazier, he's better off on his own in his way with the steam he's been picking up at next. I can see him being NXT champion very soon. But with if you get Axiom on board with, so I said Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, formerly British Strong Style, and they're now in a faction as Gunther's attack dogs, that could be something.
Not the buddy with the mask though.
Hey,
Not
have
Axiom.
have him being all black. He's the regular that you call when Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate are done beating the piss out of you. He's the one that pulls that trigger and takes you out in your sleep. Each one would have their own role. Like Dunn, I said, Dunn and Bate will get dirt in front of you, and then once you all lube you, whatever, Axiom just takes that kill shot.
Mm.
He's the one that'll sneak you when you're not looking. Dunn and like I said, Dunn and Bale, they'll be right in your face.
But yeah, I mean,
Or
Gunther needs
or
some work over
or
there. I don't know what it is he needs, but
Instead of Axiom, you want to get a heavy hitter, Rich Holland.
Reggie. I thought about him. I thought about him while you were saying that, all that stuff. He wouldn't be a bad one to have a little muscle on the team too.
Mhm. If you want to go that route. So again, if you want to keep that European faction or something influence, there's folks you can use that would definitely fit a specific role and would you can piece it together to where it'll make sense.
I don't know. Jay got to make that decision though. Hopefully, we won't have to wait till the week before
Well,
WrestleMania to get that.
his decision I feel depends on who's gonna win the chamber.
Mm.
Now I still think that the ultimate decision that he's gonna pick is gonna be Cody because again
Whoa. So what if we have a scenario where the Royal Rumble winner and the Elimination Chamber winner want to go after the same champion?
no because they've already said the chamber gets whoever the Rumble winner picks. They've already established that. So once whoever wins the chamber, Jay would then have to pick.
Mm.
But again, the obvious one is it has to be Cody. That is the only money fight there. Unless between now and then Roman beats Gunther.
It's gonna be interesting. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I would like if the chamber winner decides he want to go after the same belt Jay going after. That'd be wild. Nah, that's actually not off subject because that's kind of the next segment after Jay's backstage telling Cody he was undecided was Charlotte coming out calling out Tiffany Stratton. We
I
touched on
will
it earlier.
happily go down that rabbit hole again.
Yeah, we touched on it
Let me,
earlier.
Spears,
Stratton came
Spears,
out.
you got me to posture up now.
You
I'm gonna
said
have to
you'd
tap in real
wrestle.
quick.
So hold on, you want to get put in a handicap match? or triple threat match. Because if we booking, I'm booking a special referee, no disqualifications, elimination, triple threat,
I don't need
ladder
no
match.
furniture. I don't need no furniture.
Triple threat Marong match. I know who it is. Marong.
Suplex City.
Hate a building. Triple Marong match. I was screaming. Jay would choose Gunther if Gunther stays champion until WrestleMania.
Okay,
That is something.
If I'm Jay, I'm leaving that one alone. Make that someone else's problem. Like I said, the money fight is Cody because especially since Cody is vulnerable in the head right now.
But yeah, let's get back to that rabbit hole real quick. that triple that wrestling match he was talking about distracted me. I'm not gonna lie, you said he wrestled both of us at the same
Streets,
time.
you
Oh
gonna
man.
hate me for this one. You and again for that I apologize. But Nia and Charlotte do not entertain me in the slightest. If Nia somehow beats Tiffany next week, I'm willing to wager that Charlotte will be challenging Rhea Ripley because they're 1-1, especially since they're 1-1 at Mania. Now, if it's Nia Jax is gonna have a Mania match, two names come to mind that get my attention. One of them being the freshly returned Alexa Bliss because of their respective history over the years. The big fish that would definitely get my attention for that match is someone who I believe if Nia wins next week, this woman will be in the chamber and win the chamber, and that's Jade. Give me Jade and Nia at WrestleMania.
Mm. You did say that earlier.
I'll double down on that because again, again, nothing against the rest of the women, whether it's Bianca, Charlotte, Bailey, or whatever. I've already seen those matches with Charlotte, and again, they're okay, but there's certain women that can kind of get another gear out of Nia Jax. We just saw Bailey do it, so I'm good off of that for a minute. She's got history with Alexa Bliss, and that'll be a damn good match. But imagine if you get her and Jade at the granddaddy of them all.
I think Nia Jax. I want to say like it's just crazy how they put this position on Tiffany this quick. I feel like it's kind of like wow. Is she
Like
gonna
with Jey
walk
Uso,
into
it's the litmus
Mania?
test.
Yes. She gonna walk into Mania as champion, and if she doesn't, it kind of like whoa, like what happened there?
If she doesn't retain, I don't think she has a match at Mania.
Mm.
We may not see her till Money in the Bank. And then we're going to hear everyone on Twitter throwing a bitch fit.
Said
But,
Jay botches too much.
well, again, maybe that's why she's been in the lab. You got to calm her down. But also, to what you said earlier, there was you brought up a good name out of this. I don't. If she's gonna come back, she's gonna get the winner of Charlotte and Rhea out the gate. Netflix needs her vastly more than what she can contribute to the SmackDown Women's division, and that is the nicest way I can put it.
Okay, okay.
Ishi, how do you feel about that? Or where would you like to see the man make her return?
Maybe the night after Mania. I want that night after Mania feel like don't. All right, we bringing everybody back. We just got Alexa Bliss back. We talk
Yeah, no.
about having Jade.
But do you keep her on Raw or do you have to keep her on SmackDown long term?
I think she got unfinished business on Raw.
I
Some
agree.
unfinished business over there.
I agree.
Yeah. There's a lot she got tap into. Like this stuff with Rhea Ripley, obviously. She lost the championship to Liv Morgan because of the help from Dom Mysterio in a cage match.
Let's not forget the history with her and Charlotte.
Yeah, like let's say right, is Charlotte go on Raw. You know what I mean? What if she
And
wanna spin the block with Lyra Valkyria for the United States Championship?
yeah, exactly.
Do something there.
Because again, again, hate to say it, but uh, uh, she would be carrying the boatload of stuff on SmackDown. And I feel like that's kind of where we need to see what we can get out of Tiffany, and that won't be fair to her because again, you already got Naomi there, you got Bailey there, you got Nia there.
I was touching on
Oh,
this
oh,
earlier.
they're gonna get theirs in a couple of years, but right now, SmackDown is right where they want to be because they are solidifying themselves as the A show.
Yeah, I don't think you want to be. I think Raw on Netflix is getting a little bit lazy, a little complacent in terms of
They're still
like,
not trial and error stuff.
yeah, and they got the bag already. SmackDown still got guidelines to follow with television, with the network. Like
They're
they're
making the
still,
most of it.
yeah, you know what I mean. So it's like I like the structure of SmackDown opposed to the structure of Raw sometimes. Feel like Raw they play around with the idea of they not telling us the length of the show. It's just whatever they feel like giving us. They giving us a ballpark, like yeah, 2.5 hours. That's our ballpark. But a
But
clean
again,
cut, knowing I'm
but
here
here,
3 hours.
I'm glad you brought that up because I have this question for you, and I have this question for those in the chat. And I'll set this question up as this: it seems SmackDown has found a formula to make 3 hours work again. When SmackDown goes to Netflix, who's to say on the way there Raw won't casually sneak back up to 3 hours because they're going to follow what SmackDown's doing or a similar format.
I mean, I think that's the little internal game they play with the brands.
But also, if both shows were 3 hours, and let's just say hypothetically in the next 3 to 5 years, what if Netflix just gets a third hour too?
I mean, wait, Raw
Because
or just SmackDown?
there's rumors that they may buy out TNA, and if NXT and TNA get their own two shows, quote unquote, and those two shows that will ultimately grow to 3 hours. Can you imagine 12 hours of constant WWE action, not counting PLEs,
Man,
that Netflix will ultimately eventually own? Because again, this is a possibility that could become a reality within the next decade,
and I
and it's
mean
something
that's
we can't ignore.
yeah, that's been my only thing about the programming for Raw. It just feels sometimes like a little for the stars. It ain't really. It's for the hype.
Yeah,
In
but
terms,
again, like I said,
SmackDown feels.
they're kind of like they're learning how to walk again to a degree, and this is a spot that they haven't been in over 30 years. Imagine when they get their groove back. Hell, Mania may go. The Big Four may go back to being 5 hour PLEs if they ain't careful. 5 hours across 2 days, 10 hours with the PLE could this could happen.
I mean, they already said the Rumble was 4.5,
Yeah, and that was the longest PLE since Mania 39.
and it was only 4 matches on there.
Right. So again, as many and folks have wanted this, but again, let's just be honest. Stella find her groove back, and that groove is stronger than ever. 4.5 hours, and we got 4 matches. And I don't know if y'all had to watch me on TikTok Live during the Rumble. I was just tuned in for the entire show.
Priceless. If y'all missed it, this is
Lay it on them.
one of the moments that came out
The
legendary.
moment when I witnessed John Cena get eliminated from the Rumble, I was at a loss for words. My soul had left my body. My brain said there ain't no fucking way.
As you can
My
see right there,
spirit, my spirit
Amethyst.
was numb.
As you can see right there, Amethyst in the comments. Upon eliminating Roman Reigns, I was officially pissed off at Philip CM Punk Brooks. That gentleman had me
Not
peeved.
Mr. Chick Magnet.
Yes, that gentleman had me upset. I was heated.
And then Logan Paul shocked the world by eliminating Pepsi Man.
Man, bro.
Like I said, this like there was a specific 7 to 10 minutes.
Throw this up there one time.
Like what would you say? Is it a good 7 to 10 minutes of absolute chaos?
Oh
Because
yeah.
after Punk eliminated, we got the match within the match, which was CM Punk crashing the fuck out on Roman Reigns and Punk.
Man.
Excuse me, Seth Rollins, but still, yeah,
Seth Rollins,
it was
yeah.
wild. A lot happened in such a short amount of time. And then there were three.
Ooh-wee.
And folks are saying that was one of the greatest men's rumbles of all time. And to you haters, one of the greatest matches of that stipulation featured the Maverick Logan Paul. Stuck on that one. Or in the words of a Ty Schmidt cosplaying as Nick Sirianni, tongue my bing bag.
But I mean, again, the way that they transition from the Royal Rumble into Elimination Chamber, it's kind of flawless, effortless to me. Like the way things are just shaping up. It doesn't feel like,
Amazing.
yeah, it doesn't feel like, oh, we're 2 weeks away from Chamber or a week away and we still don't have any participants. Like,
And you blink and we got half of them in 1 week.
and the way
The,
they
the,
get,
the, the show's 3 weeks away.
the way they get in there is crazy too. Like these matchups, like they all kind of mean shit too. Like it ain't just like, oh, a qualifying match that really like ain't no smoke in there. Like there's smoke. There's a little bit of feud in all of these. Quad Sammy and
And
Punk.
you're either continuing the story or you're picking up where a story left off.
Hmm.
Nothing needs to be grown. Nothing needs to blossom. It's all already there. And like I said, on both shows are doing something that either we haven't seen since the Attitude Era or stuff that we've never seen at all. That we've only fantasized about having the privilege of witnessing. Like I
Man,
said, let's look at just Jey Uso alone. That example, like I said, since he won the Rumble, like he has this ambiance about him that we've seen maybe with Eddie Guerrero, maybe with the Dave Batista, but this level of adoration that he's receiving, like you could on if this is sustainable till Mania, you could probably have this up there with the infamous Austin Pop, which folks thought was a one of one. This is something. This is a movement that I've stated several times that could very likely be better than the Yes movement, and I'll die on that hill because again, with the Yes movement, that was a rebellion against Vince McMahon in the WWE. With this, you have Paul Levesque in his era telling us, the fans, how would you feel if I made Jey Uso the guy? And any city, any venue in any part of the world, it is 100% they are on board with that. We've never seen this before.
nah.
So it's almost like he has to win at WrestleMania. But here's the flip side of this coin. If he loses that Mania, they're taking a dangerous risk. We saw the backlash that happened at 39 when Cody lost. This would be easily 50 times worse. Easily.
Mm.
Because, again, they'll look at it like, why are you telling us that you want him to be the guy if you're going to make us wait for it? And, again, they're doing the right thing with Jey Uso, but also they're backing themselves in the corner because it's like they have to Chris and him at Mania. Because what he's doing on Raw, SmackDown, whatever, it was leading up to him waiting to choose his opponent. You're kind of laying it out there like whether it's Gunther, whether it's Cody, he has to win. There is no ands if or buts about it. This has to happen.
Mm,
Otherwise, shit's gonna get painfully ugly.
mm.
It's gonna get very dark. It's gonna get very bleak. This will be up there with most of Vince's what the fuck moments within WWE.
It
I
can be.
promise you.
I got a sidebar, just totally unrelated. I wasn't digging the WWE logo in the middle of the ring tonight. Not on the blue. Not on the blue.
So, would you prefer the Angry Orchard logo?
I don't know. If they ain't got nothing for it, just leave the canvas blank. Like,
Now, again, I agree with you for this reason right now because that that shade of blue fits everything so perfectly, so it doesn't need anything.
yeah, it kind of don't. It kind of don't.
It's just right without it. Also, like I said, it does kind of remind me of New Japan's blue ring, but New Japan has like a silver band around where the blue and the apron connect. That's a few
Mm.
inches, so that they have that, and then they have their sponsors on the turnbuckles and their logo in the center. Um, but yeah, this, yeah, again, it's either have nothing on it at all, or have it as cluttered as Raw does.
Exactly. And I was about to say that. Remember how we were saying the Raw one looked kind of cluttered? This one was with nothing on the corners, and maybe it
This
was
looked
just the
tacky.
black. Yeah, it didn't really like hit for me. I was just
This
like,
looked
yeah, I'm
tacky
straight.
as fuck.
Yeah, I just wanted to put that out because I got I like to rerun the show while we talking, and I'm just looking at the rank now, and I'm just like, yeah, bro, I gotta mention this right now.
Okay, so
Ow!
again, Amethyst, again, are we talking about if Roman wins that belt before Mania and the main and Mania is Roman versus Jay? If that's what we're talking about, then yes, I you might get by with that. But I think you're putting too much pressure on Roman Reigns right now because of how much steam Jay's garnered in the last year.
I'll be honest, I feel like the feud is for me. It's either almost certainly Seth Rollins or Punk. Those two are on Roman's hit list when he come back.
Right, and it seems like the Mania match, which something I've been calling for the last year, is Roman and Seth. Again, y'all call me crazy about it. What happened at the Rumble?
I kind of like
You're
what
welcome.
Amethyst said. I kind of like what Amethyst said a few comments ago earlier, where they were like Roman could appear and interfere in the chamber match because it's kind of like Punk did cost him an opportunity to go to WrestleMania, so
Are you
Reigns could
saying
come
that
back and
Roman
cost
pulls a
him.
Brock?
Not come back and win or like interfere to win. Maybe just cost CM Punk the way Punk costed him, throwing him
But
over the top
again,
rope.
but again, what about Seth Rollins?
Now
You know
I'm interested
he
to
ain't doing
see.
he ain't doing Seth a favor. He ain't doing Drew a favor.
That's why I'm interested to see
You know he ain't doing Logan Paul a favor.
if
And if
Seth is in the
Jacob wins,
match.
you know goddamn well he ain't doing him a favor.
I don't even think it's about doing the favor. It's just about maybe Cena's probably the most neutral one that hasn't really. Yeah, he tried to interfere in the match, but that was a reach at Mania. I think, like you saying, he ain't gonna help Drew. He not gonna help Punk. Maybe he helps Damian Priest if Priest is in that match. Like, so I mean, I don't know. But I do see a possibility where if he want to come back at the Chamber to cost Punk, I'm interested to see if Seth is in that match. I feel like he is going to be in the Chamber match, but they haven't announced. Oh, did they announce him in the qualified match? I haven't feel like.
He's got Finn Balor
Oh yeah, so he's in.
this. I think this week.
Yeah, Seth's in.
Yeah, and again, it's like I want to be on board with that Roman favor stuff, but at the same time, it's like that's not happening because again, like with with the exception of Cena, which again is a stretch. Roman got beef with everyone that's going to be in this match. Like he's got actual beef with everyone in this match. He's got beef
Yeah.
with Logan. He's got beef to a degree with Priest. He's got beef with Braun. He's got beef with Jacob. He's got beef with Seth. He's got beef with who else qualified? Punk. He's got smoke with everybody in this match already. So he ain't going. He's the only person who's helping is himself. Like I said, the only maybe would be Cena. But even then, again, as history showed, you got two goats. Who you got winning that one?
Who's Roman and who?
And Cena.
Roman.
Exactly. So again, with Roman knowing that, he gonna leave Cena alone because again, he's gonna be like, I feel bad for you.
That's why I don't see like again. I could see Roman costing a Punk, hitting him with a Superman punch, spearing.
But that's my problem. Everyone else that's in the match, he's got problems with them too. So again, Roman interfering in that match makes no sense to me.
I mean, I don't think like let's say it could be as simple as the last three competitors are Punk, Seth, and Cena. That's when Roman come in. I don't think he come in when all the competitors are in the fray. I think that's doing too much. There's too many people he got to come in and neutralize.
I got Cena, Logan Paul, and Jacob as the final three.
Who?
I got John Cena, Logan Paul, and
And
Jacob
Jacob.
Fatu. Because again, if you want Roman to interfere, then he's got to take out Jacob. Because again, yeah, he's got a problem with Logan Paul because he's arrogant. Yeah, he's got the past issue with Cena. But if you eliminate Punk and Rollins and Drew, I can see Roman getting active after that because again, it's like if we're gonna further a Seth versus Roman or Roman versus Punk, you don't. There's no point in wasting John Cena's last chamber match for that. This is gonna have like the final three, and hopefully it is Logan, Jacob, and John. It's gonna have a WrestleMania 40 finish where you're gonna see random folks pop out, whatever, it helps shit out. But in this case, in place of Cena and Taker jumping in at Mania, you're gonna have Roman Reigns take out Jacob Fatu, and him and Cena are gonna have that stare down. They're gonna have that, for lack of a better term, acknowledgement. You're gonna have Logan Paul sitting in the back corner like he's just seen a ghost. Yes, I'm calling shit shot for shot, people. Let me fucking cook. Roman will lay out Jacob, and then the final two will be John Cena and Logan Paul, and we'll see Cena go into vintage Super Cena mode. That way, you preserve Jacob, and Cena gets to do like a teacher and student moment with Logan Paul as Cena walks into Mania for the final time as a number one contender.
I'm just not understanding why he'll go back to Jacob when the last thing that happened to Roman was getting his head stomped in.
But again, I'm thinking that they both take like either they take each other out and Jacob picks the scraps, or Logan Paul gets a little cheeky and gets one of them at least.
I think Logan Paul could be the like, cause I mean I've said it when he was in front of Gunther. That might be the match out of everybody I might want to see with
And
Gunther.
again, like I said, I got the final two being Cena and Logan. Imagine if Logan beats Cena.
I mean Cena threw him out.
Exactly.
Cena threw him out.
Say we get Gunther versus Logan at Mania, Backlash in Mexico. Allegedly, we get Logan Paul and John Cena.
Let's see. We got a caller. We got a caller. We got a caller.
Let's
What's up?
go!
He said, "What's all this Jacob Fatu hate?"
There ain't no hate on them. There ain't no hate.
Okay, my brother Razor said there's no hate on him. And what was that
It's
last
the,
part with Roman Reigns? Who's this calling in? Can we get a name?
you can give a gamer tag if you need to be. It don't
Oh
gotta be the
yeah,
government
my
name.
boy Streets called in. Yes, sir.
Woo!
Yes, sir. The number is active. Mm-hmm.
Until we work out the technical difficulties, all calls will be relayed through HD the King, and they'll be transferred over to me. But if I'm able to hear off of whatever they got going on, I will respond accordingly. But until then, I gotta wait until he gives me the message, folks.
Yeah. Right, right. Mm.
Streets, you are the inaugural caller. Please make sure these questions are well detailed.
Okay.
Also, much love to the 62 in the watching right now on YouTube, on HC's YouTube, on HC's Twitter, and on my Twitch. Much appreciated, much love. You're welcome to add us on all our social media platforms, which we will deliver at the end of the show. But again, we appreciate every single one of y'all.
So what Streets is saying, Chad, we can hear this. We're gonna upload the post, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna upload this portion of the call on YouTube. So what he's basically saying is he kind of agrees with my take about Roman Reigns coming back to see Seth Rollins first. It makes more sense. And he also feel there's a monkey wrench with Solo Sikoa returning this
We ain't
evening.
even gotten to that bar yet.
Yeah. So
But
there's a
again,
lot at
but,
hand
but,
right
real, but
there.
real quick, back to the Roman assist stuff. When I called this shit after Mania 40, a lot of y'all said I was a fool. Some of y'all said I was on some dumb bullshit. I done told y'all. The juice be letting you know. Razor be letting y'all know. The stories write themselves. History. History is big.
Oh yeah, when he tried to hit him with the Cody cutter and he popped up. You talk about that one? Yeah. Yeah.
Those that do not adhere to history are doomed to repeat it. I wish I could hear what he was saying right now. I still ain't gonna hear it. We already tried that earlier.
Mhm.
Okay, folks, we will work out these technical difficulties later on, but yeah, just bear with us for the time being.
Yeah, the only thing going on, chat, is that Razor can't hear, so he's getting a little antsy. But I hear everything Streets is saying,
A little
and y'all gonna
antsy.
hear, and y'all gonna
Uh,
hear this on the post. You know what I'm saying? So I
so
hear
it,
everything that's going on, y'all, and I'm relating the message. So you know what I'm saying? Just sit tight. We got the caller in, and what else you was saying, Streets? Yeah, everybody, if y'all want to get your opinions heard, if y'all want to be on the YouTube shorts, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is going to be going up on YouTube, these calls. So if y'all want to get your opinions off chat, you know what I'm saying? This the time, you know what I'm saying? For sure. And yeah,
and if
so
I'm just talking to myself again, I'm okay with that.
he said I'm okay with that. You said Cody versus Jay. So okay, Streets believes Cody versus Jay would be weak.
Huh?
That's an interesting take.
Oh no, I gotta hear this one. Oh no, no. Streets, you not get off that easy. Young Streets, to the front stage, please, if you will. Mm.
Mm. So you
Amethyst.
feel it's more of a Cody? He feels more it's a Cody thing. He
Also,
he
real,
feel
real quick
like Cody
sidebar.
hasn't earned that big, you know what I'm saying? So it could be like a big, like he's the guy to defeat.
Also, real
Like
quick, Amethyst, please elaborate in chat what you mean by the WrestleMania 40 thing. But with Streets with Cody, I can agree to that, but I'll wait till he finishes.
yeah. So let me just ask this. Let me just ask this to be for some clarity. You felt like Jay Uso was the right choice for Royal Rumble winner, but you're not really too thrilled about the two opponents that he can be going up against. Wow, so that's a first. Streets is on the side of, Gunther made more digs at. Yeah.
HD, please elaborate on his behalf, please, if you will.
He's not sold, so yeah, Streets ain't sold on Cody.
Well, again, neither am I. But what it seems like what they're trying to do is he's playing the heel while fooling us into thinking that he's still a babyface. And again, with Jay and Cody, the old bloodline stories is already kind of pre-written right then and there. Also, let's not forget Cody and Jay won tag team gold together. Also, with Amethyst, as far as with that particular thing, I will add this: the Cody Crybabies kind of rewrote the story themselves. That is the only nice way I can word it. I would have much rather have preferred Roman and Rock, but again, we can't always get what we want. Also, Amethyst, if you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to call this number on the screen. You will be in our soon to be VIP line, right, HD? We just gotta finalize some technical difficulties, but again, we'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day, and like I've been preaching on certain shows, we are growing the village.
He's saying a different pay per view, not Mania. I don't know.
For Jay and Cena.
Jay and Cody.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Mm.
I mean,
But again, like I touched on after 40 with Cody winning the Rumble, this is the problem we were gonna have. We were doomed to have with Cody
yeah,
because unless
yeah,
either Cody turns heel, which should have been done a long time ago, but there's no quality opponents for Cody that were heels. So he has to turn heel for a lot of these stories that even makes some sense. With the J stuff, Snakes, I gotta say, you might be wrong. You're likely wrong on this one, but him versus Jay makes the most sense because of the history with Roman. I wish I could elaborate on that, but this is one of those things where you got to accept it for what it is. This year, you muted?
yeah. I was
Oh.
getting off that call right there. Yeah, we back, we back, we back. That's dope, man. We gotta bring
Amethyst,
it.
Amethyst, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, we're gonna find a format that Razor can hear y'all. Y'all can chat with him too. Right now, it's kind of like I'm the moderator sending it. Y'all get the calls through me. Y'all
Yeah.
talk. I relate the messages, baby. Don't kill the
Well, iron
messenger.
out the kinks. It's okay. We will get
Hmm.
there. Best believe.
But what else we had on SmackDown after that? We had. Oh, hold on. Did you explain yourself with the what Amethyst wanted you to explain the WrestleMania 40?
Yeah. So the only way I could word it appropriately is um the Cody Crybabies kicked in, and thus we were forced to allow them to rewrite the story, and that was me being nice about it.
Okay, okay. I mean, yeah, shit. With the fans, with the landscape, you heard Triple H at the Royal Rumble kickoff. He said he make a living out of giving the folks what they want. Like he lives for that. So
Eh.
that's been the thing consistent around WWE right now, keeping the fans happy, making sure that everything's in place for them.
Oh,
Oh wait, that I
and that's
feel
why they
that.
got you working weekends.
We finally get to the Alexa Bliss and Candice LeRae moment. That match. After
Which,
that, Charlotte Flair, everybody in the ring. Alexa Bliss's music hits. We go to commercial, and they proceed to have their match.
and folks are quick to remember as to why Alexa Bliss carried a good chunk of the women's division. Folks got to relearn why she should be considered and valued as an HBIC. Let's just be honest about things. Like there's no
2 years removed, it didn't look like it.
exactly,
2 years removed, and it did not feel like it.
and she did
Alexa,
not miss the beat. The only
yeah,
critique I had was them renaming Sister Abigail.
yeah, that was
That
the
was
Abigail DDT. Like, I mean,
that was dumb.
I like how Alexa Bliss set it up. She caught Candice LeRae and then like a catch finisher, caught her running off the ropes. And yeah, she hit her with the finisher, you know what I'm saying? To secure that victory and go on to the Elimination Chamber, punch her ticket into that match.
And if she beats Tiffany next week, could you imagine the first person she sees is Alexa Bliss? But in some face paint that would attribute herself more to the Wyatt Six.
Mm,
Like I said, her winning alone would be crazy. But again, everyone's already anticipating her not rejoining, but joining the Wyatt Six. And should that moment happen, you know that's going to blow the roof off the joint.
I can't
Because
wait.
again, because again, with the exception of Braun Breaker, you are getting the key piece of the puzzle back, like back in the family.
That is true.
You just locked in the queen.
And again, I feel like, with no disrespect to everybody else in there, she's like the main event player in that group. So it's gonna
That
bring
that's the
some,
nucleus right there.
yeah, it's gonna bring some validity, some more validity. Like
Some validity. It's going to add the much needed star power behind it. It's
there it
ultimately
is.
going to solve most of the, if not all, their problems. If you can somehow lock in Braun Strowman on top of that, great. But now that if you get Bliss locked in, you're kind of good right there.
Hmm. And they all on SmackDown, so there is some hope for Braun.
hmm Because again, Bo and Bliss already they're already the embodiment of Bray. If you get Braun in, him and Rowan, the original members of the family, and like I told you before, can you imagine if you have Braun and Rowan winning one set of tag gold, Gacy and Loomis winning another set of tag gold, Bliss winning one brand's women's championship, Nikki winning another women's championship, and Bo would have his pick at either the IC or US belt, and the whole family's draped in gold.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. I mean, I think like that should be what's in line for them. I don't know if it was gonna be in line for them, but I would like for that to happen. Get past that mid card stuff. Like, I honestly, that should feel below mid card. That should feel like
Even
fucking.
if Bo does want to win a mid card title again, it's one of those. If you give him the workhorse title, then again, you're telling us that you plan on making him, or you
I,
have
I
aspirations of him being him.
I'm okay with him not winning the championship. Like, let's say we had Braun. He already a heavyweight. You can make him world champion at some point, and then it's like, okay, they got a heavyweight champion. I just feel like Uncle Howdy, Bo, whatever, eh, he's the leader and he leads the way. He
It
could
could be
scrap.
true.
Yeah, I don't need him with a belt. Everybody else though, it would be nice for them to, like show that they did or claim some gold though.
And again, when that happens, and they open a Raw or a SmackDown, and we hear he's got the whole world in his hands.
Mm.
He's got the whole wide world in his hands. That that crowd would lose their mind.
We get the main event for SmackDown. Again, this to me this was impromptu. It wasn't advertised. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga. I thought it was a great way to give us some excitement, give us something like I wasn't a wholeheartedly so because I was like, oh, here we go with the Jay and Cody tag teaming again. Like, we're gonna fake go this route with the friendly shit again. But who's on the other side of it made things better.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
And the black sheep of the family, the werewolf.
Fuck two. Man.
In the words of the legendary Jim Ross, business had now picked up.
Oh yeah, man. I thought the match was great. Like, not great over, oh my god, 5, 10, a
It was
thousand
pretty
star,
damn
whatever.
close to being like that.
Yeah, it served its purpose again for me because I know like there's more to be done here, more storylines outside of these two just having a tag team match. So that's what I was watching for, and boy did we get it later. But the
Yeah.
match itself was good. we seen Cody hit Jacob with the Cody cutter earlier. It's like and
and jumped at one. Was
and
even a full one. I was just going to talk about that. That looked like a 3/4 of a one at that point. Look,
telling you. They did a good job at keeping Jacob away. Remember, it was that one little stretch where like they was like humanizing him, having him sell the DIY and the likes and like that little weird. I'm glad they bring
yeah.
him back to like this type of environment.
And then you, towards the end of the match, where Jacobs went for that suicide dive, and Jacob Hudu did that cell jump that Batista did against Mark Henry when they're by the ropes, whatever, and he just jumps and lodges himself back.
Yeah.
He brought that back, and again, I'm cool. It's Jacob. I ain't gonna tell his ass don't do that.
Mhm.
And then Tama just accentuating the cell job on the crossroads because he landed
Yeah.
perfectly on the top of his head too.
Yeah. Planted right on his noggin.
But then,
Yeah.
as we got the pinfall, Jacob laid out with Jacob. Tom was laid out in the ring. Almost instantly, we see a good sized individual coming from the ropes. Yes, we saw his face immediately, but he went for a Samoan spike. And it's none other than Solo Sokoa. The man is back, folks.
Man.
The questions that remain are what timing is he on? And will he have to answer to either Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Tama Tonga, or The Rock as to why he lost the match in the Ulafala against Roman Reigns January 6th? Will losses still have consequences? It still remains to be seen.
Oh yeah.
Will Jacob still look at him as his leader? It remains to be seen. Is Solo really working with The Rock? It still remains to be
Remains to be
seen.
seen. Mhm. That it's a lot. And like you said, the main part now I gotta wait till I don't know when Monday. If I gotta wait till you know what I'm saying.
It might be till the week after Chamber till we revisit the situation.
Yeah, like I just don't know. And my instant reaction, I had to film my instant reaction. I was trying to upload it on here real quick so everybody could
Because
see, but I
think about
was
it,
heated.
at the time of Elimination Chamber will be 6 weeks before Mania, maybe 7 weeks, but still, it's a long time between then. We may not learn this shit till Saturday Night's main event before Mania.
Yeah. That definitely was the surprise of the night. Again, I feel like I seen some people on X that weren't happy about it. They feel like, oh, we going down the same stuff with Cody and Solo, but I don't know if it's that.
Again, he may try to think he got next, but what if Jacob takes him out and hits him with the losses have consequences? We hear that line again.
I'm almost expecting to hear that line for certain. It's almost a certainty I gotta hear that line to be honest, cause that's one of those things like it comes full circle. And I want to see what's the intent because again, this is the second time we've seen Solo on television since
But
he's left,
now
since he's lost
here's
the
my next
match.
question. What if it's not Jacob or Tama that tells him losses have consequences? What if it's the final boss? Imagine if The Rock pulls up to the SmackDown, any
What if?
SmackDown, and tells Solo losses have consequences as he's laying in the ring unconscious after Jacob and Tama laid his ass out.
what if Solo's gonna try to rewrite his wrongs by helping Jay win a championship? Did he attack Jay after or he just attacked Cody, right?
He just snuffed Cody. But again, there's a lot of unknowns in this, and there's a lot of stuff that we can easily speculate with. That's the beauty of this. This is one of the situations, much like on Raw, where there's several issues where you could look at it as like that's a good problem to have. SmackDown and NXT are becoming no exception to that rule. Like there's stuff going on there that whether it's in the immediate plans, or if you just step away and just look at long term plans, it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool. Let's rock with it.
Because Solo is Jay Uso's younger brother, so it's like at the end of the day, they always gonna be brothers, regardless what they go through. We
But
seen
well,
Jimmy and Jay patch things up.
but here's the thing. Jay may accept it, but again, if you look at the OGs, me being Jimmy, Sammy, and Roman, if they say no.
Well,
Meanwhile, you have Jay trying to say no, Roman, me, you are equals.
remember at War Games, Roman tried to bring him in. He tried to tell Solo like all could be forgotten, all could
But
be.
again, he chose his fate on that night too.
Yeah, so that's the part we got to see with.
But again, when he chose his fate, who was the first to throw the first shot? It was Jay. So now this time, Roman could look at it like, no, I offered you my hand and you spat on it. And Jay could look at it and like, I offered my hand to him this time and he took it, thus building more fuel for Jay and Roman.
I can see that. Yes,
Yeah,
sir, sauce. Let's get it, baby.
like I said, this is a beautiful problem to have because this is something that we literally almost never see.
Nah, it's true. I mean, there's so many different avenues that we can dive through, and
And no matter
it's
how
a,
crazy those avenues look, they all make perfect sense. How crazy is that?
for me the most fun part is that it's family related. That's
Mhm.
the best part. That if you know family or if family stories resonate with you, things can be forgiven, but it's how we get there, right? It could be the simple things like apologies, help, but it's all how we get there. It would make the story more intriguing. And I really do think that at some point my crazy mind worked that like the original bloodline at some point was supposed to get back together, and that involved Solo. But how did
Or
Solo get back?
or or what if Jay tries to convince Roman that Solo's good now, and Roman hits Jay with the phrase of not everything is reconcilable. Some things you can't come back from,
Throwback.
which again could be a possibility.
It could be. Again, it's the wait and see game. They ended
And
us
again,
off with a cliffhanger tonight on SmackDown.
that's been the beautiful thing about the Bloodline for like the last 5.5, shockingly, vastly emerging 6 years. Who would have thought this story would have been going on as long as it's been going on?
Because now I'm interested to see if Solo addresses why he didn't enter the Royal Rumble, why he wasn't there. Like,
Now, with Solo, I would not be mad until we hear something out of him until after the Chamber.
mm,
Because Solo working on Solo time now. He ain't working on no one's time. He can say what he wants, when he wants, however he wants. The question is whose side is he on? Is Roman gonna crash on him again? Is Jacob gonna try to lay him out? Is The Rock gonna excommunicate him? Or is he answering to the other elders
I'm gonna be
If
honest.
so, who are the other elders?
I feel like the Rock. As much as I want to play, I gotta believe it when I see it. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta believe it when I see it.
What Amber's happened, or what you feeling?
Nah, with the Rock, cause I feel like
Right.
he's been playing this game with us, which is cool sometimes, cause we just don't know when he's gonna show up. But for me
Maybe
personally,
maybe
if
his games are for gays.
yeah, yeah,
But that's it. We don't know until we know. But
yeah,
again, that's the beautiful thing about about this story, and what helps that substantially more is the fact that the story has gone on as long as it has. 'Cause again, no one thought that it would be this long, yet here we are, and there's still at least 85% of the family that we haven't even involved yet. So
mm,
this story could easily go on another 2 3 decades if you really want to get down to some nitty gritty. WWE has a beautiful problem to have, and that's Punk said it best when he joined that SmackDown talk they had him on FS1. Just when you
yeah.
think you've answered all the questions or you got all the answers, I changed all the questions. And we could be guessing stuff left and right, and we're so probably dead wrong on everything. And that's what I love about this company. Like Triple H probably takes great pride in keeping everybody guessing.
That's the game they play with us. Which I again, I'm for it, but the one I stray away from is fantasy book is something that I feel is like, okay, this one, it might like, you know what I mean? I'm not putting all my eggs in this basket right here.
Yeah,
That's
every
what
once in
I,
a while you come up with the what the fuck are you thinking, but still, he's developing quite the history of when stuff gets weighted out. You go, okay, I was wrong to doubt you. You proved me wrong. Folks, he's
think,
trying to get his body right. He's
you
trying
think,
to make sure all the nasty bugs don't get to him.
you feel me, Chad?
He's
Like,
cleansing the soul.
you
All
feel
he
me,
needs
Chad?
is an ayahuasca retreat.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But he ain't going on that retreat unless I go with him. So yeah, there's that as well. So if y'all want us to live stream an ayahuasca retreat, let us know.
Crazy stuff.
But it will not be an easy task to achieve.
Yeah, The Rock. Like, I'm gonna be honest, you know why it kind of blows for me a little bit? I'm a huge fan of The Rock, huge fan of everything he's doing, Hollywood, WWE. So when you playing this emotional investment game, it kind of like,
Well, I'll just say your piece first before I
nah,
chime in.
it's just it's hard to explain. It's just kind of like a tug and pull with the investment time. Like I want to see certain things, and when it doesn't happen, it's like, damn, why should your next appearance be that important to me?
Well, apparently, he recently flashed on somebody for assuming that he has no business mania,
Mm,
and so he didn't do the whole nervous never stuff. But it's one of those he kind of like he said it but didn't say it. But so I think that he will have some influence come Mania, and I think because that folks were saying that he wasn't gonna be in there, he most definitely took offense at the fact that folks were kind of invoking his name on that because he's like the way he's looking at it, like I am WrestleMania.
mm.
So I, I'd be more surprised if between both nights, there is no influence from The Rock. That will surprise me the most. If he is involved, I go, okay, yeah. Again, I've anticipated this. If he's not involved, I would be shocked
Yeah, because
because
some part of my crazy mind feel like it's a reset on, like, if you, I'm just going off of what I seen from last WrestleMania and the night after, Rock
but
coming out, all the stuff that was said. Next time I see you, championship, I'm coming for that.
how do you reset from step one? You can't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like again, like you got to do something to where either he has an impromptu match, either he's helped christening somebody, but aside from that, it's like you can't have a reboot from step one because again, you never got the brick. So it's like, what we doing?
Yeah,
Oh, the headphones was dying.
yeah. Had to put the joint on the wire right there. But I mean, yeah, for me, that's really what's going on with the Rock's involvement.
And we shall see where that ends up. But again, if you're gonna tell me that he's gonna have nothing to do with Mania, I'm telling you right now, you full of shit.
I even contemplated, what if Roman got nothing to do with Mania? What if he not even in the Chamber match? Would this be the
But
first WrestleMania in what they said 10 years? Roman wouldn't be part of the main event. Imagine. I mean, like, it's not. It's not
but
that. It's just
here's
crazy.
my thing. Here's my thing with that. Even if he has a title match, like again, say it's him and Gunther. Yes, Roman's name is on that marquee, but I don't believe Gunther's work rate has allotted him the main event spot. I can see that open. I can see Roman and Gunther opening a PLE. I can see them opening Mania. And if I'm Roman, I'm looking at Gunther sideways like, this is how I know you're not on my level. Like it touched on the No Contest podcast. You want to elevate that championship, you know whose ways to put it around.
Mm.
Because again, if you want him to win the title that he dubbed the second place trophy, you want to elevate that to the proper status in which it should be treated as. You have Gunther job out to Roman, and you let Roman work his magic on that championship. But again, that is not a main event worthy match right there. That opens the show easily.
That's main event night one.
No, not even no. Fuck those on main event.
Main event night one.
No, no. I'd rather
Night
you.
one.
Fuck no. That's nowhere near on the second half on the card.
I can't imagine like Roman Reigns not being in the main event at Mania, regardless
That
who
that
on the other side. Roman Reigns has become the main event at Mania.
so you gonna tell me that Jade versus Nia wouldn't main event over Roman and Gunther? You gonna tell me a Charlotte Flair,
It
Rhea
better not.
Ripley? You gonna tell me Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley will not main event over Roman Reigns and Gunther?
Then Roman Reigns and Gunther go on night two,
No, because that's gonna be Cody and Jay.
possibly.
If it's gonna be Roman and Gunther, that's gonna open a show, and Roman Reigns will easily show Gunther how to properly elevate a championship.
Right, Amethyst. That's what I'm trying to tell this man. Roman is the main event. He not trying to listen, though. I understand.
Gunther ain't the dude though. It takes two to tango.
Roman Reigns is sitting in the main event with Akira Tozawa.
And what does that say about Gunther?
Night one. Night one, Streets. Night one.
But again, what
Night one.
you gonna tell me you'd rather watch Gunther and Roman Reigns versus Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair 3,
Yup,
the
because we
rubber match.
crowning. Yup, because we crowning the tribal chief as champion at the end of that match.
Gunther can't hold that candle though. That's the problem. That is the big problem with all of this. Gunther is not worthy of that accolade. Gunther has not earned that accolade. Just because Roman Reigns is there, that don't mean Gunther should get a participation trophy. No, fuck no.
Roman winning.
Why should
That's main
Gunther be
event.
rewarded for what the tribal chief has earned?
He not gonna get rewarded. He gonna get sent to the back
If
of the
he's
line
given the
after
main
that.
event, he's going to be rewarded.
Nah,
Gunther has not earned that.
just
Gunther,
keeping it
hate,
warm.
hate to say it this way, but it's facts is facts. With his reign, that has not garnered a main event, especially the main event of fucking WrestleMania.
Roman is the main
Gunther
event.
is nothing more than the curtain jerker. And if Roman Reigns got a dog walk his ass, and if Roman Reigns got to finish Gunther in less than 5 minutes, so fucking be it. Gunther got to learn some way.
That's still main event. Night one. 5 minutes and then the pyros going off. All the fallers falling from the sky.
Okay, so you might get 30 minutes of the tribal chief to 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 kickstart WrestleMania weekend.
Oh brother.
But Gunther has not earned a big four main event.
That's gonna make my WrestleMania. They just have Ula Falas just dropping out the sky. Like, yeah. That'll be it right there. You beat Gunther in, you get in the main
No,
event with the Ula
no, no.
Falas.
You smoked Gunther and you exposed him because he's not on the level of our tribal chief. The fact that he thought he was something close was an insult to our tribal chief. So our Gunther gonna get the Goldberg treatment. I stack him, bag him, wreck everybody and leave. Gunther gonna suffer to that tribal chief tour. The tribal chief was still a hungry animal. I feel bad if it's Roman and Gunther. You thought
Mm.
Sheamus winning in less than 30 seconds against Daniel Bryan was bad. You got nothing coming. I'll bring you some other examples, but yeah, if you know, you know, was who had these very abnormally short title reigns. But Roman going to chew him up and spit him out if that's the match for Mania, and that will open up the show. That will be an extraordinary exhibition by our tribal chief because he's going to show Gunther as to why the ring general ain't shit compared to the tribal chief,
Yeah, this is why that should be easy
and the
light.
tribal chief will elevate the second place trophy and make that the 1B trophy because the world title that he built was be 1A. Now, whether or not Jey Uso maintains the standard of the 1A, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But can you imagine if we get Jey and Roman at SummerSlam? You get Jey and Roman at Survivor Series?
Yeah, that's gonna be crazy.
Don't even have Roman and Jey at SummerSlam. Just keep that on ice till Survivor Series. That'll sell out itself.
Mm.
Telling
I
you.
mean, I think it's safe to say that this episode of SmackDown delivery. Where'd you feel like this was on the scale for you?
Like I told you before we went on the air, this episode accentuated Black Air Force energy. If you know, you know.
Man,
Like folks don't rock Black Air Force Ones off shits and giggles unless you on that Goblin time.
It's gonna be interesting to see what happens on Monday, for sure.
Again, I cannot wait for March 1st. Like I said,
I know.
also it's 2 months away, whatever. But like, I'm legitimately, I'm actually shaking in my skin as to what could happen when I'm at Raw on April 14th, the Monday before WrestleMania, the go home show.
Ooh-wee.
Yes, folks, I will be there. So the show
Uh-oh.
that day may be a little later in the Monday night. Bear with us, please. I'm going to be in absolute shock.
Have a good night.
Man, I'm not ready for that.
We appreciate you being here.
I'm not. I don't know how I can be ready for that.
Does Jimmy eventually challenge the brother for the belt? No, I don't think so. I mean, I mean, I can see a world where they do it, but and then Jay will win right now. If they
Yeah,
build Jimmy up better, then possibly, yeah and yeah. But it's again, I feel like I don't want to play that game with Jimmy.
let me ask this question: would you rather see Jimmy versus Jay or Jimmy versus Roman? We ain't seen Jimmy versus Roman before.
I honestly want to see Jimmy take out maybe either Solo or Jacob, like put him on the plane for, or
Jimmy
even
versus
Tommaso.
Solo would be a very fascinating match.
Because I think Jimmy is, it shows he's a little bit bigger than Jay. So if you could
I didn't think
establish,
Jay was that much bigger than Tama, to be honest. I didn't think the size was that much different. I thought they were fairly close. I was dead wrong tonight.
yeah,
I saw that. I was like, holy shit. That's a grown ass man compared to Tama. What the fuck?
but yeah, I think this episode delivered. Chad, we're gonna be brewing something up after this concludes. So I don't want to leave y'all here too early, and we've been out for 3 hours already. Big shout out to 74 in the
Shit,
chat.
that's really. Oh, damn.
Yeah,
Yeah, I got lucky tonight. Like I said, we was on that timing tonight. Just wait till we got whatever we got cooking for you later tonight. Just wait. Y'all gonna be spoiled.
yeah. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. Give y'all a little spoiler. We're gonna be talking about releases. If y'all know, just stay tuned. You know what I'm saying. We're gonna be talking about what's going on and our thoughts. And for today's episode, we appreciate everybody that's in the building. You see the QR code right up there above Razor. That'll take you to the official theme song of this channel, Off the Hip, the official entrance. When we come through, come live. We're about to go out to that shit right now. We
Let
just
them
gonna have
know.
that shit. You feel me? What we gonna say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Y'all have a blessed night. HD for my brother Snake Eyes, my brother Razor. Yes,
Chilling at the
sir.
head of the table where the boss is sitting, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they made a big smile on hand of our officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters.
Wow.
It's off the hip. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the boss is sitting, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they rain a big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the boss is sitting, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the blood.
Yo, chat, why they got everybody else's body on this picture? You see LA Knight big ass head right there.
Hold on, wait, I think they
Try
lost
to get him.
We got some shooters.
They had to lower him down, make this a nice little triple threat picture, huh?
And they got a beard. You got 5 o'clock shadow.
Shout out to LA Knight, man. Yo, Streets, I appreciate you being here, man.
Streets, yeah, words cannot describe how much I appreciate you, my brother.
I'm locked into the dungeon right now, locked into the chamber.
opposite, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's
I'm in the CC mode right now, the content creation
walk me
suite.
out the arena, big smile, handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait,
Hold
I
on,
think
wait.
they lost the script. We got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. We got some shooters, pow, it's off the hip. Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate, walk me out the arena, big smile, handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait, I think they lost the script. We got some shooters.
Chat, another thing before we go. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, keep us in the algorithm. It means a lot. It really do.
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight. Whether it's in the bloodline or corporate, walk me out the arena, big smile on, handcuffed by officers.
Hold on, wait.